after have been outrageously great. Still, when the best player on the planet has a shot to win it, you better be ready. And the Clippers have battled back down 22. Any whistle against the Clippers will be free throws for Denver. Murray to inbound. It's been said before, oftentimes they're the most dangerous on the floor. Jokic gonna let time come off. Goes to work on Zoo. This is for the win. They counted on the floor. They'll review it, but boy, it looked good from here.
Yeah.
Ruling on the floor is a good basket to place under review.
He missed a dunk in Denver in game 2 because he was afraid of the clock winding down. This time he made sure he put it through.
That's in there. That's in there. I think he's in there, right?
But is his hand still on the ball? Would that matter? It's in there.
It's in there.
Well, now the
I don't know.
I don't want to make that choice. I'll be honest.
The ball is in the rim. It's in the. That's good. I mean, I don't know how that's not good.
I agree.
That's game. That's game. That's out.
But if he's still touching the ball is the question that I have.
Yeah, like when you're shooting the ball, it can be in the cylinder. That's a great call. Because it's just like if a guy is shooting the ball and it's not out of his hands, and if it's still in his hands, that's going to be the ruling. And that's a great call by you. Because it's just like shooting a jump shot or a shot.
There's no question that it's in before the shot clock expires or the game clock. The question is,
with the ball in his hands.
And that, whether that was a Clipper or a Nugget, I would say that would be not
no
a shot.
Good. Yes. By the definition of the rule, the ball is not out of your hands, despite it being in the back. But I haven't encountered something like this where the ball is in the player's hands, but the ball is in the basket.
Bogdanovich is having a delightful conversation with somebody on the other side. But what a finish. Either way, what a crazy fourth quarter.
That's game. It's already in it. It's in
Again,
already, bro. That's game.
Nobody's questioning whether the shot was in. It's about is his hand on the ball when the shot and the game clock expire.
That's game, bro. That's game. That's a bucket. That's a bucket.
Ty Lue. That's all you need to see is Ty's face right there. What a comeback for the Clippers. 34-16 in the fourth.
I mean,
after review, the ball was deemed to get out of Gordon's hands right before the LED line. This is a successful basket, and the game is over.
Nuggets win.
Now you just move forward then. Okay, well, check this out. First of all, you throwing too many big words at me. Okay, now, because I don't understand them, I'm going to take them as disrespect. Watch your mouth and help me what to say. Okay, see, now you found yourself a nigga. You looking for a nigga? Nigga here now, see?
My mind is so spectacular. Open up your aperture. You don't like the light that I be shining, bitch, you Dracula. Southern draw vernacular. Flip you like a spatula. Knew that I was built to put this word up on my scapula. I've been on this road so long, my tires bald. I don't wanna text and no, I don't wanna call. Came in this shit running, bitch, I don't know how to crawl. We ain't never folding, I'm holding the highest car. Look, okay, grew up running post routes. Now I'm on the cash route. Better call the plumber, that boy spitting like a bass spout. All these bad women in this club, fuck is you mad about? Word to all my estheticians, boy, I'm about to lash out. Straight from St. John's to the east side. Jigging since a knee high. Watch the way I put on for my state, nigga, yeehaw. Respect and know what we die. Crazy how I made it to the league from the bleach eyes. Boy, my shit hair wrong. Black, rich, and bare arms. Smoking on that yogi, this shit stronger than some bare arms. Goku, I'm in rare form. You cannot prepare for him. When I swing, it's like like a carnival, this shit ain't fair for 'em. Brought intellect back to this rap shit. You niggas need chapstick. Shit been dry for way too long, and I'm the matchstick. You niggas Nickelodeon me. I'm more like Cap Nick. Cap a nigga, throw him in front of me. Party favors on the table, you can pick and choose. I would be lying if I said that I don't get confused. I'm just a player in the game and I don't pick the rules. Why trouble always seem to find the ones with shit to lose. About to blow like we just lit the fuse. We double dutch into this dough, I get this shit in twos. Push the button, get it started, put that shit in cruise. A little dust up on his heart, I barely get to use. A fool flatters himself, a wise man flatters the fool. Man, I just came to get it started like mechanics with tools. Cause in my hood, if you don't pack a tool, you planning to lose. These young boys deserve Oscars, they be acting a fool. A couple loose screws, but they hammer accurate. Ooh, I know some niggas stuck on drugs and manufacture it too. School of hard knocks, we all got our bachelor's. Food, no cap and gowns, but we all had to master. Party favors on the table, you can pick and choose. I would be lying if I said that I don't get confused. I'm just a player in the game and I don't pick the rules. Why trouble always seem to find the ones with shit to lose. I'm dumb lit, it's about to be a late night. Fresh wax, shawty, show me what it tastes like. Niggas know me in my city like I'm Wayne Wright. Got them looking up to me and we the same height. Ooh, I got it bad, deep in my bag. Foot on the gas, they cannot last. Swimming with the sharks, bitch, that's a great white. Never stopping, we don't even need no brake lights. Say she don't smoke, but she always smoke with me, yeah. Backwards in the air, back up in the ovaries, yeah. All my ops, they stay running like they over easy. Even my masseuses can't just get too close to me, yeah. Shout out to Next, soon as the ink dry, we count out the checks, yeah. I never flex, I bought up a business, you bought up a section. I'm at the top of my class, yeah. Y'all never learned from your lessons. Skywalker gave me the force, yeah. Turn this into an obsession, yeah. I couldn't wait on the team, cooking shit up with just me run play, yeah. Things never are what they seem, but we know the facts, yeah. Charging that shit to the game, but now I pull up with a battery pack, yeah. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, and we can just leave it at that. I'm dumb lit, it's about to be a late night. Fresh wax, shawty, show me what it tastes like. Niggas know me in my city like I'm Wayne Wright. Got them looking up to me and we the same height. Ooh, I got it bad, deep in my bag. Foot on the gas, they cannot last. Swimming with the sharks, bitch, that's a great white. Never stopping, we don't even need no brake lights. Big bro, why they call you big bro? Every time we hit the bank, we deposit zip codes. Well connected with the streets, like we out in Skid Row.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. I'm your host, Mr. BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. All of our YouTube videos, hit that like button. Y'all coming here. Hit the share, subscribe, hit that Cash App, $SlickRick 1990. $Slick Rick 1990 is our Cash App. If you guys do not have Cash App, no problem. You guys can also send your salute and your love to also the super stickers and super comments that are available. Very, very simple. All you guys got to do is make sure you guys hit that $symbol. Y'all can donate that way as well. And make sure you guys, last but not least, continuously hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Even if you guys do not donate, please, please, please hit that like, share, and subscribe. All right. So we're going to get right into it, man. We got a lot to talk about this morning. Let me first salute the people that's in the building. Salute to, first off, my man Alan NG with the $99 donation. He comes big with it every single time. Alan gives donation every single show, seems like, man. So definitely a big salute to you. He said stars were to blame. This last play was on Ty. We're going to talk about it. Byron Simmons said, BJ, please help me understand why Tyronn Lue Didn't put a defensive lineup for the last possession of that game. We could have had used Derrick Jones Jr. and Nicholas Batum and Chris Dunn for the last possession. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. He said, this reminds me of the DeAndre Ayton alley-oop dunk. Okay. The one and only Boat, my man said, we sold the end of the game by James and Norm, but not boxing out, and Ty Lue putting that small lineup out there with Bogey not playing defense. If we had Ben Simmons bigger out, then they would have probably win it. My bad, y'all. Andrew Johnson said could have just boxed out. We'd be up 3-1. Bust. Appreciate you, Andrew. He said this loss is on the coaching staff and especially Ty Lue for laying Norm, Bogey, and Harden on their floor on a crucial defensive play, such careless coaching. All right. So, like I said, man, hit the like button. Y'all come in here. Hit the share, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Get a chance to, sit back and relax and hear what I have to say. We're going to go through some stuff, and then we're going to get right into it, man. The Clippers take their definitely the toughest loss of the season to the Denver Nuggets. And they are returning to Denver on Tuesday, tied 2-2. Now, let me first say this. This series is definitely the best series in the playoffs. The anticipation, the excitement, the breathtaking plays, just everything, and in general, this is the best series in the playoffs for sure. So we gotta talk about what happened. We gotta talk about everything in a nutshell, and then we're gonna get right to it. So let's go into the numbers, and then we're going to go into some, interviews, and then we're going to talk about what I thought about the game, yada, 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 and some stuff that I don't think that y'all probably going to see me say. So let's go into, first off, what happened last night. The Nuggets defeat the Clippers 101-99 off of an Aaron Gordon alley-oop historic dunk. Definitely something that was not expected in this game. It was definitely a high anticipation game. Runs were made at certain times, shots after shot after shot. Definitely was definitely a big thing for the game. So let's go into the numbers. Field goal percentage 46% for the Nuggets, 44% for the Clippers. 3-point percentage 34% for the Nuggets, 33% for the Clippers. Free throw percentage 68% for the Nuggets and 68% for the Clippers, 11 for 16. I don't understand how these teams are missing so many free throws. And these are pretty much guards doing this, and wing players. These ain't bigs and centers. Like, these are guys that, technically should be able to shoot around 80-85% from the free throw line. So they're missing a lot of key free throws. Rebounding 47-43 go to the Nuggets. Nuggets had 12 to the Clippers, 13 offensive. Defensive 35-30 went to the Nuggets. Assists 28-25 went to the Nuggets. Steals were 7 apiece. Blocks 45 went to the Clippers. Total turnovers, Clippers had 10 to the Nuggets 14, so the Clippers win that category. Points conceded off of turnovers, Nuggets with 16, Clippers with 7. And largest lead for the Nuggets was 22. Largest lead for the Clippers is 1. All right, so from the start of the game, the first 3 quarters, the Nuggets had pretty much the control of the game, especially in that third quarter. But then the Clippers made a 39 run in that fourth quarter within the last, 9-10 minutes to get them back into striking distance up to 1 point. So we're going to talk about what happened. He said, let's hire Mike Malone. Yeah, I don't know if he will come here. But, as I looked through everything, man, it was pretty much a nip and tuck game in that fourth quarter. So you're going to talk about what happened and what I thought about it. Box score. Let's go into the box score real quick. So we got the Denver Nuggets. Let's start off with them. Each one of their stars played over 42 minutes. And Aaron Gordon had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Michael Porter Jr. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 6 for 11 from the field. Jamal Murray 5 for 17 from the field in 42 minutes, 1 for 5 from 3. We're gonna talk about him in a minute. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Christian Braun 43 minutes, 8 for 19 from the field, 17 points. Was right there with Michael Porter Jr. Their bench didn't get much production outside of Peyton Watson. Everybody was playing less than 10 minutes. Of course, Russell Westbrook did not play, so he would have been the main guy off the bench, but they got production off of their bench with Peyton Watson. That's pretty much the only player. And DeAndre Jordan played 5 minutes as well. So that's something to look out for. You look at the Clippers side, you got Kawhi Leonard, Viska Zubac, James Harden, Powell, Christopher Dunn. And off the bench, you had Nicholas Batum play 19 minutes. He had 3 points, 1 for 6 from the field, 1 for 6 from the three-point line. Did not shoot the three-point ball very well, like he did in games 2 and 3. Derrick Jones Jr. with 15 minutes, 2 for 5 from the field. Not putting much up on the scoring end, but he is defensively doing a good job playing point of attack defense on Jamal Murray. And Ben Simmons, 7 minutes, 1 for 1 from the field, 2 points. We're going to talk about Ben Simmons in a minute because I think we can all get to an agreement that Ben Simmons has been pushed out the rotation. And that's something that's very alarming. Bogdanovich, 19 minutes with 7 points, 3 for 7 from the field, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. So we're going to talk about it, what happened. Now, let me just say this on a statistical standpoint. There are certain guys that showed up, and there's certain guys that didn't show up. And we're going to talk about, first off, some interviews. First, we're going to go into some interviews from some of the players and the coach, and talk about what they thought about the game and how it went. And I want y'all to also vote into the chat box how long this series is going to go, because originally my prediction was going to go 6 or 7 games. I'm not surprised because, you know, like I said, man, this is a 4-5 matchup. This ain't no 2-7, 1-8. Hell, this ain't even 3-6. This is a 4-5 matchup. They have the same identical record. The Nuggets, they've won this tiebreaker in the season, right? So, yes, the Clippers didn't have Kawhi, none of the 4 matchups, but this team is definitely a championship-oriented team. So, yeah, I'm not surprised why this is going 6 or 7 games, but let's hear what some of the players and, you know, our head coach had to say first. Start off with Ty Lue on what he said about the game and his stance on it and stuff like that. So we're going to go into a little bit of it, and we'll be right back, probably like 2 to 3 minutes. All right, here we go.
Ty, you've done this for a long time. Describe everything that happened all the way up to the end.
The whole game.
Well, give us a synopsis of what you saw.
Yeah, I hate that stupid word, physicality, but they were more aggressive to start the game. I thought they picked their pressure up defensively, kind of sped us up, and then, you know, just talked about it, you know, in the timeouts at halftime, just being poised, getting to our spots, spacing, and not letting them speed us up. And at halftime, we had 10 random possessions, and we scored 0.20 on those possessions. Then when we got in stuff, we really did what we were supposed to do. And so just not fighting the pressure. I thought it was aggressive, like, you know, they were supposed to be, being down 2-1. And we didn't really meet that intensity until the fourth quarter, you know. And so that's just a lesson for us. Like, just stay the course, do what we're supposed to do, continue to execute like we've been talking about. Don't get bored with the process. If they're going to blitz us or they're going to do those things, you've done your job. Just get off the basketball, make the right play. And I thought their aggressiveness kind of took us out of what we've been doing. So 2-2, you know, they're a good team, great team, you know. Won a championship a couple years ago, you know, and so they're not going to give in. Like, we got to beat them, and that's okay, you know. So go to Denver and be ready with not really a new game plan, but a new mindset of what we need to do. And I thought, you know, DA did a good job tonight. You know, I thought he did a good job of mixing stuff up, and they hit us with some different things. And like I said, we'll be ready for next game. But our mentality is like, listen, We understand how we got to play. We know the blueprint. So now we just got to do it.
So make sure y'all come and hit the like button. So I hope that y'all can hear the sound pretty well. I know sometimes the video can sometimes be a little bit low, but y'all should be able to hear the sound. Just turn the volume up. Basically, there's a couple of things I want to take from this. One thing that Ty Lue said that I agree with is the Clippers basically didn't start playing to the fourth quarter. This mindset of the Clippers continuously play with their food is going to be the detriment of them. This ain't nothing new for people who've been talking about the Clippers and been watching the Clippers for the last 5 years. You know, I said I called this team the comeback Clips back in 2021, 2022 because of how many comebacks they had to come back against. The Washington Wizards. Remember that game in Washington? They came back from 39 points, right? They came back from 26 points against the Philadelphia 76ers. They came back against 24 points up against the Denver Nuggets at home. They came back from, I think, 14-point lead with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Like, they have done this time and time again in the playoffs. Hell, even against the Utah Jazz in the 2021 playoffs, they came back from, I think, 18, 20 points in that second half. So this is what they tend to always do. They seem to always put themselves in a hole they have to climb themselves out of. This ain't nothing new. So you keep knocking on the devil's door, he's going to answer it. That's why I want y'all to remember. You keep knocking on the devil's door, somebody's going to answer it. You cannot continuously play with your food and expect to be competitive and win a championship. That's the first thing I'm seeing as a problem with this team. The consistency level is too sporadic. And I think the reason why their consistency is too sporadic is because their coaching is sporadic. Once again, you are a reflection of your coach. I'm going to get into Ty Lue in a minute. And I know y'all want me to get on, but I'm going to get on at the end. But basically, this ain't nothing new. They constantly play with their food. So because of that, against a team like Denver who models himself off of consistency, they're going to capitalize on your mistakes. So that's the one thing. Number two, I'm kind of getting a little annoyed. Keep hearing, we know the blueprint. We just got to go out there and do it. Bro, you're in game 5. This ain't game 1, game 2. This is game. You're in the middle of the series. Either you're doing it or you're not. And that's kind of giving me the impression that the game plan, the blueprint, I would like to know what the game plan and blueprint is. Now, of course, they're not going to tell me. But, I mean, to constantly keep hearing that over and over, to me, questions, do you really have a real game plan? Or are you just modeling just off of them playing hard and just going off of their ability and talent? So, I'm going to let this continue, though. My bad.
You know, things we've been talking about for 5 years, offensive rebounds, you know, and you get beat on the offensive rebound. But, you know, Jokic shot an air ball, wasn't really expecting that. You know, Brown cut to the middle of the floor, and, you know, James and Norm was kind of in between trying to, you know, check with him, and Gordon made a hell of a play, you know. So, you know, it is what it is.
It seemed like Nikola really just made an effort to get in that restricted area to score buckets on you guys. Like, what was it about his effort tonight that would, you know?
The same effort we told you before the game and after last game. He's going to be aggressive, and he's going to look to score the basketball. You know, when his team is down and, you know, they're fighting for their lives, like, he's got to be the one that controls the game and do what he does. And like I said, 36 and 21, you know, 8 assists. He was aggressive, you know, and so that's what, you know, great players do. And we expected that, you know, and so just got to be ready for, you know, ready for game 5. They played a good game. You know, and in the fourth quarter, we saw some things that we can do differently. But for the most part, like I said, we got to come out and meet their aggression to start the game, game 5.
So I'm gonna talk about Jokic. Don't worry, I'm gonna talk to y'all about Jokic. So I know people are kind of getting on me talking about, you know, I'll take Kawhi or Jokic, which I still would. Don't change it. But something else I also mentioned was there's going to be a game that Nikola Jokic is going to go and explode in. And I was going to have to wait and see what he was going to do in game 4. And then you know, that's exactly what he did. So I'm going to talk about Nikola Jokic in a minute, but let's continue. I'm going to be the last segment. I'm going to go to somebody else.
3 of the 4 games now have been decided by basically one possession at the buzzer. Like, how much does that maybe, obviously possessions are important, but stress the importance of every single possession just matters so much?
Yeah, I mean, we stress it a lot, and taking care of the basketball. We only had 10 turnovers, and we just didn't get the shots that we've been getting, throughout the course of the series. And we took some shots that we don't normally take as well, some questionable shots. But you got to be better. Just, stay with it. They're going to give you the answers to the test. And if you play the right way and do what we're supposed to do, we're going to get great shots.
Ty, what allowed you guys to get back in the game in the fourth quarter?
Picked up our intensity, being more aggressive, showed up some different looks, played a little zone, put Zoo on Gordon a little bit, just mixing it up a little bit, and kind of got him, off guard a little bit, kind of surprised him, and was able to take advantage of it. Was able to get stops, play faster, play in transition, and then was able to execute offensively. We've been doing, the last 3 games. So the fourth quarter is when we really executed and did what we were supposed to do.
Ty, to come back from 22 points down, take the lead, but lose it like that, does that change kind of the mental, emotional thought on these couple of days off?
No, I mean, it's part of the game. It's the playoffs. And so every game is different, every opportunity is different. And so, like I said, it's 2-2 going back to Denver. We feel good that, we can beat this team. And so, it is what it is.
Ty, that 16 seconds left, you had the ball and shot clock was dead. What went into the process of going quicker and making sure you scored versus making sure that there was not going to be enough?
Now, this is the question this is from Law. This is the question I think a lot of y'all want to know. What happened on that last possession? So y'all going to hear Ty's explanation, what his thinking was. This should be the last thing, and then we'll go ahead and move on to somebody else.
Be another possession for Denver at the end of regulation.
Because we were down. And so you want to take a shot on a goal. If you don't, you could foul and get another possession. So we wanted to go quick, score the basketball, which we did, and then we had to get a stop, which we did, but give up offensive rebound. So, yeah, getting extra possessions is what it's all about when you're down. And so attacking early, if we don't score, we can foul, and then, try to get another possession if they miss a free throw. And we executed really well, except for boxing out at the end, and he got a dunk at the end of the game.
Coach,
So Ty Lue said at the end of the game, the only thing that they didn't do was box out at the very end. So that's kind of what, I think a lot of people are questioning what was going on, why he boxed out, why he didn't do this, why he didn't do that. We're going to get into all that. We're going to talk about that as well. But let me look at some of these comments. Water X said Aaron Gordon's fingers were on the ball and his hands were inside the rim of the net. We're going to get into that too, because that's another thing. People with the rule, like what's the ruling when it comes to a dunk like that. So, there's a lot of things we got to clear up with that. She says, Nico said, I hate this coach's lack of seriousness. Sometimes even on press conferences when he's smiling and laughing on serious topics, annoying and already cost us many games. Okay. Appreciate you, Nico. All right. So we got 60 people. Let's get these likes over 60 likes. So that was Coach Ty Lue. Right? So Ty Lue's thing is that play at the end, the very last play at the end, where Aaron Gordon dunked the ball in between the rim, yada, yada, yada. And, the biggest thing is Ty Lue didn't have a defensive lineup in there. Ben Simmons and Nicholas Batum. Now, Ben Simmons had 7 minutes yesterday. I'm going to tell y'all the honest truth. Ben Simmons has been pushed out the rotation. And the reason why he's been pushed out the rotation, because before the series started, actually, no. When he came to the Clippers, he was told that he was going to be an integral piece to the team. He said that they're going to use his ability how they're supposed to use it. And Ty Lue and Lawrence Frank, that's what they sold to him. Well, as time has progressed on, that hasn't been the case, right? Ever since Brian Shaw stopped coaching, y'all saw Ben Simmons really his impact go down outside of spot moments, whether that been against Golden State, whether that been against Denver in game 1 where he was playing defense on Jokic. Just all in all, like his ability has just basically not been as his impact ain't been as there because he ain't get the minutes. You know, before you would see Ben Simmons around 18 to like 24, 25 minutes around when Brian Shaw was coaching. Now you're seeing 7, 8, I think maybe even 12. Like you're not seeing the minutes and the opportunities for him to play. He doesn't have to be the facilitator, main facilitator, but he does do a lot of things. He plays defense, he rebounds, and he can bring the ball up in transition. So for Ty Lue not to put him in at that moment, it's two things I see. What we've seen before, we see a lack of coaching, which he's been having ever since 2020, since he came here. Somebody in the comments said this reminded me a lot of the alley-oop dunk DeAndre Ayton did with that alley-oop. This is another opportunity right here. I'm going to put it right here. Y'all remember this play back in 2021. And I told y'all Ty Lue was the one responsible for this happening. Because of a lot of plays like this comes to simply coaching. Who is your personnel? What's in the game? Yada, yada, yada. And I put a lot of it on Ty Lue. Right? So we saw it again yesterday where you had a choice to put in size over small ball. You decided to go with James Harden and Powell. Two guys where one guy falls asleep when he boxes out. The other one has a hard time boxing out. And it just so happened you have a maniac like Aaron Gordon around the rim. Your chances are probably not going to be very good to box him out. So y'all saw this play right here where Jay Crowder is taking the ball out and he throws the alley-oop dunk to DeAndre Ayton. Nobody's protecting the rim. Of course, they got, tangled up right here. You see Patrick Beverly, you see Paul George, you see DeMarcus Cousins right there. They do a curl play, simple curl play, Devin Booker to DeAndre Ayton open. And DeAndre Ayton gets the alley-oop or Viska Zubac. It felt like the exact same thing happened last night. You got offensive players in the game when you have a defensive responsibility. Something that David Adelman did yesterday that made sense is that when it was time for the Nuggets to play defense, he would take out Jamal Murray, right? And he'll put like a Peyton Watson in game 1. That game 1 was strictly coaching. You took out Jamal Murray because he was a defensive liability. You put in Russell Westbrook. That's coaching. That is situational. Ty Lue, I don't think he's purposely doing it. I just think that he's just not, his IQ is just not all the way there, bro. I seriously believe that. I just think it's his IQ because he's done this even. See, y'all keep saying clutch, 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 clutch. He was doing this shit before clutch. He was making bad decisions before clutch. Do y'all understand how many leads the Clippers had to come back from in the past? The 21 playoffs against the Dallas Mavericks going down 2-0, that was coaching. We had a talented team there. Well, the Clippers had a talented team. They had more talent than Dallas. They shouldn't have dropped 2 games. But when you continuously play Patrick Beverly, when you continuously play Viska Zubac in the drop coverage, Luka Doncic was going to feast on that. It's not until after games 1 and 2 where you have to sit down by yourself and watch the film because Ty Lue has an inability to make in-game adjustments. This whole nickname, he's the adjuster. He's the adjuster, yeah, after the game. After the game, not during the game. But guess what? It doesn't matter because the game is over. But when you have ESPN, when you got everybody on there talking about how great of a coach he is, people buy into the narrative. That's why I hate narratives with a passion. I don't use that word hate, but I strongly do not like narratives. He's only a good. Well, is he really the adjuster, or is he just basically a basic coach that goes like any other coach can do after the game and watch the film and say, "Oh, I made a mistake there." It ain't until games 3 and 4 when you had to play small ball, which you use to this day, that you think that can fix everything. It ain't until you use small ball where the series turned around, the Clippers blew them out 2 straight games. That just goes to show you the Clippers had the better team the whole time. But talent only goes so far if you're not using your brain. And that's where the Clippers keep coming up short. It's never been a talent issue with the Clippers. Never. That's why I never wanted to trade anybody. But let's hear from somebody else. Let's hear from a couple other players, man. But that was our head coach, Ty Lue. Let's hear from another guy who I think, we need to give some type of respect for, because he played very, very hard yesterday, especially down the stretch of that game. And I'm going to go to Norman Powell. Let's get into him, and then we're going to, go into somebody else, and then we'll be done. All right, here we go.
Norm, how do you sum up this game? Everything that happened, going down 22, coming back, and then just the way that it ended.
It was a battle, I mean, we said it as a team. This is going to be a dogfight every single game. Nobody's going to be able to give in or wants to give in, and a lot of will, a lot of poise in us, going down by 20 plus and being able to fight our way back and make the plays needed to, give ourselves a chance to win the game.
Norman, along that line, what's the biggest challenge for you in these next couple of days, kind of mentally, emotionally, when you lose a tough game like that?
Just bounce back. We know what time it is. Like we said, we've all said it. Like, that's a good team over there. They won a championship. They know what it's take. They got.
Do y'all see the consistency with these players and these coaches saying Denver's a good team? Like, they're a good team. They're a championship caliber team, bro. Like, somebody's going to have to explain to me in the comments or explain to me when they get on the panel what makes the Clippers just so much better than Denver. Because when I really look at the roster on both sides, when I look at the two teams as far as their starting five, I mean, you got Jokic and Zubac. Jokic clears Zubac. You got Aaron Gordon and who? Who's playing the forward? Would it be Kawhi? Give that to Kawhi. Small forward, you got Chris Dunn and Michael Porter Jr. I'll give that to Michael Porter Jr. You got shooting guard Norman Powell and Christopher Bryant. You got Norman Powell and Jamal Murray and James Harden. They're pretty much neck and neck. So you really don't have. There is not really nothing that gives to me that this was going to be so one-sided. The coaching aspect, as we can see, to me, the Nuggets coach seems to lose more common sense than even our coach. Denver has length in that front court. And then you got Russell Westbrook coming off your bench. Who's on the bench for the Clippers better than him? The bench is only going to help so much in this series. It's only going 7-8. It's only going to go 7 or 8 deep. But let's hear what Norm had to continue saying.
They got the will. They got the guys. They're not going to quit. Going back to the drawing board and seeing how we can improve. I think in the previous 3 games, we did a great job on their role players and not letting them have an impact, especially with Jokic, finding them on backdoor cuts and things like that, taking them off the glass. So I think watching film and seeing how we can, get back to improving on taking those other guys out the game, and trying to contain Jokic as best we can. I think giving up offensive rebounds, especially that one at the end of the game, boxing out. It's the little things, the basics are gonna determine the series. So it's that we don't got to reinvent the wheel. We know what we need to do to bounce back.
Norm, you see in this series now, it's gotten chippy, to say the least. Like, how, as a team, do you understand and kind of embrace that part of it while not letting it be a detriment to what y'all want to do as far as outplaying the other team?
I mean, this is what we want. This is what we're about. This is what you work for. Tight, intense playoff series. Like I said, no team willing to give an inch, no team willing to back down. So it's gonna get chippy. We're gonna fight. We got guys that like it. We've been through a bunch of different types of series in our career. So it's nothing that we haven't faced or seen before. It's just about who's going to be the team that's going to limit the easy mistakes or the gift baskets or do the little things to tighten up the game when you got 2 top teams battling and fighting.
Norm, going into the fourth quarter, you're 1 for 6, and then you catch fire there in the fourth quarter. Was it something that the defense was?
I was 1 for 6 with what?
Going into the shooting.
Shooting what, threes?
I think you had threes.
I wasn't 1 for 6.
Field goal.
4.
1 for 4. There you go. Field goal shooting though.
Nah, I had 2 baskets in the first quarter, so I was 1 for 6.
Maybe I got the stat wrong, but you.
Yeah, Norm was annoyed by that too. Yeah, Norm was annoyed by that question. That's why media members gotta. I know him. I know him too. He sits close to me, right next to me. But yeah, bro. Some of these guys ain't feeling these when they report that they miscalculated, numbers and start putting stuff out there, bro. Like, yeah. But Norm was very he was very annoyed. So Norm came alive in that fourth quarter for sure, hitting them corner threes, which I think Harden gave a lot of rim pressure to the basket, which that's something I think the Clippers are really doing. That's the biggest adjustment they need to do, is to put pressure on that rim, because Jamal Murray can't stay in front of James Harden. And every time he gets into, the paint, somebody has to help and collapse. Jokic can't protect the rim. Only time he gets rebounds is when Zubac isn't near him. And then the Clippers have so many shooters, but it starts with their rim pressure. If they're putting pressure on the rim, that's going to open up so many guys for open shots. That's the biggest adjustment I think the Clippers can make for Game 5. Because there's really no more adjustments to make. It's about who just very much executes what they've done and who executes it the best. But that's the biggest thing I've seen for the Clippers. Their ability in that stretch, what they did, they put a lot of rim pressure on the rim. So that's where they can really exploit Denver. So, as I said, Norman Powell visibly upset. I think Norm, after Game 2, after hitting that shot in Game 2 and then Games 3 and 4, he's finally starting to come into his own. However, this is the thing I'm going to say about Norman Powell. This is where I've said before, and I'm going to keep saying it, is Norman Powell good enough to be a second option? Is Norman Powell a guy that you can look at, can go out there and have a 35, 40-point playoff game? He's done it before against the Suns. Not only can you score, he's having to now play defense, which he's been doing ever since Game 2. He's been playing very, very pesky defense. That's the thing with a second option like him. See, because your shot's not going to always be falling, so you got to be able to do something else. So he did what he was supposed to do in game 2, which was play defense to keep his spot. Because make no mistake about it, if Norman Powell was still cold and he couldn't hit a shot in game 2, they probably would have made that move to put Bogdanovich in that starting role, which would have been crazy, which we're going to talk about him in a minute as well. But Norman's starting to see he has to do other things other than just score the ball. So I think game 5, Norman Powell is going to have a very, very consistent game. I expect him to have either a consistent game or have a very, very average game. But I think the jitters are out of him. I think it's now like, okay, everything is settled in. We're 2-2. We know what we're looking at. We know what we're going to see. So now I can just go out there and play. So I expect Norman Powell to come to the party in game 5. But let's go into the last guy, and then we're going to go over and talk about Nikola Jokic, and then I'm going to be done. I'm going to let y'all come in here. So let's go ahead and bring in right here. Let's go ahead and bring in Kawhi real quick, and let him hear y'all talk real quick, and we'll be right back.
Kawhi, how tough is it to lose a game on the last second shot when you guys make the comeback like you did?
It was tough, but I'm glad we fought. We didn't lay down. Down, I think 20 in that fourth quarter, we were able to keep fighting and rally back. And it's the NBA. They made a great play.
Coach came in here and told us that early on, you guys got behind due to a lack of physicality and intensity. Just as a leader of the team, what was the conversation with the team as you guys had this slow start?
Just keep fighting. Get to our spots. Try to still have space and trust one another. And that's it. But you got to give them credit. They played a great game. They came out with energy. And Jokic led them all night.
That third quarter, I think Nikola made 6 baskets by himself, and the Clippers' entire offense had only 5 in that third quarter. Like, what was the challenge in that period specifically that helped Denver get off to a 22-point lead in the fourth quarter?
You said who had 6?
Nikola by himself.
That's what it was. Him being the MVP player, getting to his spots, making shots, and got to get on the defensive end. Like you said, we have 5 baskets, and it's the playoffs is how it goes sometimes.
Kawhi, in a 2-2 series now, when you're looking at film in these off days, is it hard to mentally, emotionally not think it could have been 3-1? Is that in any way a challenge?
No, not for me. Like I've been saying, I'm happy to be out there and play. And it's still a series, best. And we'll see what happens.
So I want to stop it here. As y'all come in, make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all come in here. So Kawhi, this is something that I want y'all to just, if y'all hear nothing else from here, hear this. Y'all notice ever since game 2, Kawhi really hasn't had like no real explosion games, right? He's really kind of been coasting in games 3 and 4. Kawhi is one of them type of players, especially now in the part of his career where he's, having to deal with, I won't even say injuries, but it's in the back of his mind, because he said even in the press conference, which I'm kind of getting a little bit concerned as well. He keeps saying, I understand he's appreciative of just playing and being out there, but the urgency, I don't know if it's dipped a little bit, because he seems to be more appreciative of just playing ball and being out there than, having that urgency to win, to push it to the limit. So that's one thing I noticed. But one thing about Kawhi is he understands the moment, and he does things very calculatively. He understands when to turn it up and when to turn it down. Obviously, the Clippers had the driver's seat for games 3 and then coming into game 4. They didn't shut the door like they were supposed to. He kind of left it up to, the role players and other players around him. And then game 5, he understands the moment is going to be very big. This is going to be another game where Kawhi Leonard is going to have one of those big games. Because understand something, the team you're dealing with. Denver, like I've said before, and I think this is what people keep getting confused with. Yes, maybe I would say firepower. The Clippers have more firepower than the Nuggets. We can do that. The Clippers have more firepower than the Nuggets for sure. The Nuggets have more consistency. Like, they know who's going to be running, the sets they're going to be running. They know the players are going to be running, the rotations they have. The coach knows when to put what in. Like, that's what you're dealing with. So, Kawhi's going to have to offset Ty Lue's bad coaching again with another big performance. Somebody's going to have to come up big on Tuesday. Is it going to be James Harden? Is it going to be Norman Powell? Is it going to be Ivica Zubac? Or is it going to be Kawhi Leonard? Kawhi is the only person that can offset bad coaching. Because the thing about Harden is, as the season gets deeper, he starts to run out a more. He doesn't get better as the series gets deeper. Norman Powell, he's good in the stretches of series, but I've yet to see that big 38, 40-point performance off of him in the playoffs in a deep run. Zubac got his hands full with Nikola Jokic, but I think he's doing a great job with. But Kawhi understands that he's going to have to be the one to take them home, because as the season gets longer, he gets stronger. He gets stronger as the season goes along. So going to Denver, obviously, against a team that, models consistency, models, playing a certain way, yada, yada, yada. So what happened last night? Nikola Jokic played like a superstar. What do you have? 36 points, 14 for 25 from the field, 3 for 6 from the three-point line, 5 for 6 from the free throw. He's been bad from the line all series. He had 80% of his free throws, hit the big ones in the fourth, had 21 rebounds, had 8 assists, 2 turnovers. I mean, pretty much that's the game that guys of his caliber are going to have. I still think defensively he's a liability. He still doesn't protect the rim. He got a lot of his rebounds when Zubac wasn't around. He can't. I mean, he gets targeted. Like, his deficiencies show so much, bro. Like, that's why I never can call him the best player in the NBA, because his deficiencies are so glaring. But that's beside the point. Nikola Jokic was the best player on the court last night, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And he did it in the most crucial moment where they needed the win. So that kind of solidifies to me, okay, Jokic is really about it. Now that he's really about it, where does this put Denver? And where does it put the Clippers going into these last 3 games? Personally, like I said, this is going to go 6 or 7 games. The thing that concerns me with the Clippers, or the Clippers and the Nuggets, is 2 things. One, Russell Westbrook didn't play yesterday, obviously. And I think, and this may sound crazy, I think this might have helped Denver that he didn't play yesterday. Because, look, I've given Russell Westbrook a lot of love, but I will say this. His emotions could be the detriment of a team in a game like this that's away, where he's, on the road. They're down 2-1. Sometimes you have to go with simply your balance and what other than the high rise. Because Westbrook's another person. He's going to do something that's very, very great for you or very, very bad for you. I think he does more great things than bad. But in a game like this, even the inkling of a mistake can mess you up on the road. But when you're at home, which I expect him to play at home, he's going to be a very vital piece to their team. Jamal Murray gets a chance to be off the ball, which I'm going to talk about him in a minute. He'll be able to get Jamal Murray some rest. He'll be able to push the pace. He'll be able to make, the Nuggets have more energy. So I think this was just a, crazy sequence that he didn't play, and they still won the game. So that's one thing. And then, like I said, Jamal Murray had a terrible game. Remember, I was telling y'all about star players. James Harden went off in game 1. Kawhi Leonard went off in game 2. Game 3 was a collective game. Game 4, it was Nikola Jokic. The thing that concerns me is that Jamal Murray hasn't had a big game yet. Just like I've said before, I'm going to give Nikola Jokic a game to do it. I'm going to give Jamal Murray a game to do it. Which means even more somebody's going to have to come to counteract that. And I think it will probably be Norman Powell. But Jamal Murray hasn't been good this series. He's been very average. He's going to be at home. He understands what this team needs. He's going to be an active piece. That's going to be a game where Jamal Murray is going to be up for it on Tuesday. So I would say look out for that. Number 3, coaching. Let's go into this last play real quick because I know people want to talk about that play. I'm going to let y'all in a minute, y'all. So I looked up the rules of how this works with, if the play should have counted, if it shouldn't have counted, because, people say, well, the play was, the ball was out of his hands and, the shot shouldn't have counted. Of course, people are going to say whatever. So I just want to kind of pull up what the rules are when it comes to last shots and shot making. Hold on one second. Where is that at? All right. So let's read the rule real quick. Does a dunk count if the hand is on the ball before the buzzer sounds? Now, according to AI overview, this is why I usually tend to go to. I go to the league rules as well, but I tend to go on AI rules. So it said, no, a dunk does not count as a valid shot if the ball is still in the player's hand when the buzzer sounds. So if y'all heard the commentary with Jim Jackson, he said, well, the ball is in the cylinder, so it should have not counted. Or it should have counted because the ball is in the cylinder, even if the ball is in his hand, if the ball is in his hands. Well, according to the rules, even if the ball is over the cylinder, which means the ball is over the hoop inside the net, if his hand, even his finger is touching the ball, it doesn't count. So that's what we can wipe that off right now. Even if the ball is above the cylinder, it shouldn't count. If the ball is in the player's hands when the buzzer sounds, it does not count, even if the dunk is made. Right? For a shot to be valid, the ball must have left the player's possessions before the buzzer. This rule, often referred as to the Trent Tucker rule, ensure that the buzzer beaters are actually beaters and are simply not players holding on to the ball until time expires. So does Aaron Gordon still have the ball in his hands is the question when that buzzer goes off. So let's go ahead and look at that real quick. So as y'all see the screen right here, y'all see Aaron Gordon and the shot clock right here at 0. And y'all see the ball in the net, and y'all see his hands on the rim. So let's do this. So as y'all can see right here, there's 0.1 second left on the clock. Y'all hit that like button, y'all come in here. There's 0.1 second left on this clock right here, right? Now, originally, I thought that 0.1 was a little bit up, a little bit too long. But who am I to say? But it looked like that 0.1 was on that clock for a hell of a long time. You know, I get it in slow motion, but it seemed like it was up a hell of a long time. So obviously Aaron Gordon gets the tip dunk, and they're reviewing it. So hold on, let me go right back again. I mean, this was just a crazy ass play. 0.2, 0.1. All right, so the ball's still on his fingertips, right? The ball's still on his fingertips at 0.1. So you almost have to stop it at a smidget. Right? The ball's still on his hands right here at 0.1. Still on his hands. Y'all can see the ball still on Aaron Gordon's hands at 0.1. 0.0 right here. This is where it originally hit 0 right there. Now, I want y'all to be honest in the chat. Now that's at 0.0. Do y'all see the ball still in Aaron Gordon's hands? I'm going to rewind it yet again. One more time, let y'all see. Right where it hit that 0.0. I'm going to stop it right where it hit that 0.0. 0.2, 0.1. And right there. So that's exactly where the 0.0 happened at. Now, if the camera was on the floor, you can see it better if the ball was still on his hands. But like I said, this is such a close play that I don't think I've ever seen nothing like this. See the DeAndre Ayton play, it was clear it was out of DeAndre Ayton's hands before the buzzer went off. This, it was like, oh, the ball was still in his hands, it's out of his hands. Like, it was so close. But when I went back and watched it, I saw what was going on. I'm like, probably like by 0.00111 second, I will count that basket good if I'm being completely honest. But I can see how somebody can say, well, that didn't count, that play didn't count, that basket didn't count. If you stop it right here, the ball's in the basket. Which kind of puts the Clippers or the Nuggets, right? Y'all remember in game 2 when Aaron Gordon missed that dunk in the 4th. This kind of, to me, solidifies that made up for that. So you win some, you lose some. But I'm going back to, again, the coach in this situation. Ty Lue decides to continuously put lineups after lineups after lineups that just, to me, are just very low IQ. Very low IQ lineups. And like I said, I don't believe he's doing this on purpose. I personally believe his IQ is just not high. There's those coaches out there that, you know, they can sit there, they can, you know, pick the game apart as the game is going on. That's Brian Shaw. That's Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw knows how to coach a complete game as the game is going on. He showed me that in those 5-6 games. He understands where the ball needs to go through. He understands how the offense should be ran. If you look at our team defense, Ty Lue gave 100% of credit to Jeff Van Gundy. Ty Lue makes adjustments after the game is over, not during. The fact that you got James Harden and Powell trying to box out Aaron Gordon when you know James Harden falls asleep on defense off the ball, and all they did was have Aaron Gordon come the backside and make that tip dunk, and had Norman Powell who's not boxing nobody out at all. And you had Bogdanovich I'm so sick and tired of this shit. Seeing him in the games and him playing and stuff over guys who should be playing, bro. The fact that he's trying to force Bogey into the lineup, and people say, well, he had a great layup, BJ. He had a great layup. The leash that we're giving Bogdanovich, a guy who just came onto the team, mind you, who is a good shooter, but bro, he is not the guy to lead the Clippers in the like. There's other options that are better. You didn't have Ben Simmons. Nico Batum, I understand, was not hitting any shots, but those specific plays right there, you need size on the court, rebounding defense, right? So that's where you have to look at it like, okay, this guy is really just I don't know. I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say about him. It's kind of like Harden, but at least Harden, there's things that he does well that you can mirror and mask over. But dog, like, damn. At this point, bro, and then he's in the press conference laughing like, Ty Lue is a good guy, cool. He's one of them coaches. He's cool to hang out with outside of basketball. But as far as X's and O's and scheming, bro, he just don't do it on an elite level, bro. And in game, bro. David Adelman, I see he understands X's and O's. I see he understands moments of the game. He grew up under a head coach and an NBA head coach, and he helped win a championship with the Nuggets, bro. Like, he was the assistant coach on that team. But Mike Malone, he came with Mike Malone from Sacramento. All you're seeing is a really a more calmer Mike Malone on the sideline. That's all you're seeing. That's why I didn't think that this whole Mike Malone, like, we lost our coach. Like, bro, the coach is right there. And don't think Mike Malone ain't talking to him as this series is going. So game 5, Tuesday. Kawhi Leonard is up for it again. He's going to have to carry the weight. It's not going to be a game for the role players. It's going to be a game for the star, especially with the coaching. He's not going to play Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons basically called out Ty Lue in the press conference saying that he wasn't doing anything to mimic Nikola Jokic. Of course, we know Ty Lue, once he gets called out, that's his, you make him look bad, then, he's pretty much off of you. Amir Coffey, yet again, continuously sits on the side, man. Just, bro, I could just see it on his face, bro. Like, there was some politics in that situation, bro. Bogdanovich gets targeted more than Amir Coffey on defense. He don't box out. He don't do anything off the team. Actually, didn't just shoot the basketball. He had one good play yesterday, which really anybody could make. It don't make sense. Derrick Jones Jr. on the bench, and he's a little tricky one. While he's able to play point of attack defense, see, when you got guys who are off like Nicholas Batum and Derrick Jones Jr. and Chris Dunn who can't shoot, other than sometimes, They're inconsistent. You're struggling to find a guy to get hot from the floor. So they're having to depend on Norman Powell to be their second option consistently. But Denver don't have that issue. Like, more times than not, Aaron Gordon, who he is, Michael Porter Jr. is who he is, Christopher Braun, which, again, this whole KCP's gone, bro. Like, Christopher Braun's averaging 15 points per game this season. All this KCP, they lost, man, they replaced him with that white boy, Christopher Braun, who, in all intents and purposes, shit, he's in his third season. I don't see what they really lost, bro. Like, the only person they lost off that championship caliber team was Bruce Brown, which is a bench player. And I think Westbrook's a better fit. That's why I say this whole Nikola Jokic ain't got no help is bullshit. He got help. He has to do his job, and his teammates will follow. And that's going to be the deciding factor on Tuesday. Whoever star shows up, their team will follow. The teammates will follow. That's all. That's how this works. But let me go ahead and let y'all in. I've been rambling too long enough. I just want to get all that stuff out of there. But I'm going to go and drop this link. And let y'all play. Or let y'all come in. Shout out to my man Jose. He said 100% this is now on the stars to lead the way. Absolutely. What's good, Rob?
What's up, BJ, man? What a heartbreaker yesterday, man. What a heartbreaker, bro. But like I said, man, I called this game. I called this series in 6, man. This is the reason why I didn't want to go 5, because you guys got to understand, man. The Nuggets are still a championship DNA team, bro. They still got most of their guys that won that championship. These guys aren't going to lay down and let you fucking beat them. If we're going to beat these guys, we got to go and take that shit. And another thing, BJ, we came out so flat yesterday. We came out like we were already won the series, BJ. Like, Nuggets came out like with an urgency yesterday. They understood that we have to win this game today. Jokic understood that they had to win that game yesterday. And this is what I hate about the Clippers, man, is that when we get ahead, it don't matter if we're ahead in the game, we're ahead in the series. We, for whatever reason, we take our foot off the fucking gas. And we let teams come back, bro. This you know what? OKC is gonna be hella happy, man, because whoever come out of this series, we're gonna be fucking mentally drained and energy drained, because we're in for a fight in this series. We're in for a fight. And James Harden, I gave him praise the other day, but damn, bro, for him to come out like how he came out yesterday, BJ, is a fucking travesty, man. And I told you, BJ, I said Bogey's gonna come out and have a good game, and I was wrong, apparently. There was a move, BJ, I know you've seen before when he passed to Kawhi. He faked the pass to Norman Powell in the corner, and he drove it in and then passed it to Kawhi at the 3. I really felt like, and this is just me, I understand Kawhi should get that ball in at any time, but I really felt like Bogey should have took a floater right there. And because he was right there in the middle. He should have took that floater. It was an easy shot. You know what I'm saying? That it would have been better than Kawhi's 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Kawhi can't shoot threes. I just think it was a better shot. He was right there in the middle of the paint. He could have made an easier shot. Anyways, it was a travesty. Like I said, it was a heartbreaker yesterday, man. Unfortunately, of course, it's the Clippers. This happens to us. We always have some heartbreaking shit happen to us, man. It just being a Clipper fan. This is what we get. But Game 5, the way Jokic came out and the way the Nuggets came out for Game 4, Clippers got to come out the same way for Game 5. This is a must win. We have to win this game on Game 5 because if we don't, we're going home. I'm gonna be honest, we're going home. We're going to be going to Cancun. So this game tomorrow, like I really wanted us to win our games at home because then I was gonna be like, okay, I don't mind us losing the game at the Nuggets, you know what I'm saying, at their house. But now this is a must win now for us. We got to go out and go win it at their house again. Kawhi, I'm looking for a big game for him. Our stars, James Harden, he got to show the fuck up. This is it. This is it. James Harden got to show the fuck up. Everybody got to show up, man. Norman Powell, he got to come do his thing. That it would have been that we came back and we only ended up losing by 2 guys. So that's what I'm taking out of that. And it's you see I'm stuttering over my words, BJ, but it's so heartbreaking how we lost yesterday. But because it could have been the greatest comeback for us. But like I said, man, we just got to come out Game 5. We got to play hard, man. We got how the Nuggets came for Game 4. That's how we got to come for Game 5. And BJ, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
That last play, could we have made any substitutions?
I think so. I think yeah.
Because I'm sitting here and I'm wondering to myself, Ty Lue, why do we have 3 non-defensive players out on the fucking court? As a coach, that last play, BJ, I'm putting all my defenders out there. I don't give a damn. I'm putting DJ, I'm putting Ben, I'm putting Nico out there. I don't give a damn. I'm putting my tallest players out there. It's fitting that it was Aaron Gordon to get that lob, bro, because he was a nuisance to us all game. He was a nuisance to us all game. Aaron Gordon, Mr. Fake Tough Guy. I ain't never seen Aaron Gordon get in a fight, man, but he want to try to fight Harden.
It was.
What you say?
No, it was tough. It was a tough game.
Skills, and Skills said this a while back. He said, "Now, us having no rebounders out there is going to kill us one of these games when we play these good teams." And Skills, you said that, and what happened? Caught the ball. Aaron Gordon caught the ball to win the game because we had no rebounders out there. We only had Zoo, and Skills called it. And that's how we fucking lost. That's it. I'm done.
All right. Let me go to Mass, and we'll go around to JM and then Deuce. What's good, Mass?
Hey, salute to you guys. Salute to you, BJ, panel, Skills, and everybody else, man. What a game, bro. What a game. We going to praise the Clippers for getting back in there, having some fight, but we got to be, fair and criticize when it's due. I don't think they should have been down 22 points. Ty Lue has too many resources at his disposal, too many adjustments, too many combinations that he can go to where he just doesn't get down 22 points. Listen, I don't think Denver's better than the Clippers. I just don't. And BJ said it best. Clippers got more firepower, but, like the game of basketball is basketball. And listen, you saw it with the Rockets, right? Ultra talented, but they don't know how to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Not saying the Clippers don't, but the Denver Nuggets, I just feel like they know how to butter their bread. They know where it's coming from. They know how to run offense. They can get a good shot. Now, of course, the Clippers defense is going to stifle them at times and make them look bad. But, there's a word that I use is trust. Can we comfortably say that we trust the Clippers more than we trust the Nuggets? I can't say that. Definite. BJ, did you know the Denver starters, all 5 of them, played more than 42 minutes last night?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy, right? They only had 4 bench points. So David Adelman is not even going to his bench. Like, he's exerting these starters like a lot. Like, I'm not sure I've ever seen a team where all 5 starters play 42 plus minutes. And so, like, what you see is what you get from the Denver Nuggets, right? Like, he's going with guys he's trusts and it just is what it is. So with that being said, I kind of I hope that the Clippers can take advantage of that because game 2 is it tomorrow, Tuesday? Denver might be tired. Not saying all guys will be tired, but like, come on, Denver can't go too much, right? Now, obviously, Russ didn't play, and that plays a factor, but Clippers got to get easier shots earlier in the shot clock, man. At time they walk it up and it's slow. And I know Denver's defense isn't the best, but any NBA team in a postseason environment, if you just let them get back past half court, they are still NBA players. And so I want to see James push it more. I'm not going to be long-winded here. I would have liked to see Derrick Jones Jr. or maybe Ben Simmons in the game or Batum because of size and length. I mean, we all know that Aaron Gordon lurks like a great white shark, among that baseline. And you got Norman Powell and James Harden trying to stop
Thank you,
that.
man. Thank you.
I mean, even Braun for the Denver Nuggets, like you see him like an inch or two below Aaron. I mean, even he's going up trying to see what he can do around the rim. And it's the little things that lose you games. And in a series like this, where both teams are evenly matched, go look at the total team stats from yesterday. They're even. I think they shot the same percentage or somewhere around it. They both hit 10 threes. If you look at the total stats, I think the Clippers won the fast break points. But other than that, like they're just right there, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, these teams are evenly matched. But for me, like, pal, what are you doing, bro? Like, the game's on the line. You know what I'm saying? And you're just watching. James Harden, you're just watching. Bogdanovich, why are you at the three-point line for? And Joker has the ball, and you know that your man, like, go crash the glass. Listen, if anything, 3 guys around Aaron, maybe that, you know what I'm saying, just to body him up or just be a presence down there, then maybe that goes a little bit different. And that's why I said I would have loved to see, a long, lengthy Derrick Jones Jr. or at least a Batum, because at least, the IQ was there. But just listen, man, some of these guys lack IQ. They lack the self-awareness. They're unaware of the moment, right? Taking things for granted, nonchalant. 9 times out of 10, that play is not going to happen. I think we all agree with that. But it's that one time out of 10 times where it happened, right? And you got to be around the rim, tipping balls and just being a presence, getting your hands up, doing something to distract or just, alter what Aaron or just put a body on Aaron Gordon. Like Norman Powell, put your body between the basket and Aaron. Make him jump over you and at least make the ref make a call, loose ball foul or something. And so those are the little things that I look at, man. But yeah, listen, this game teetered back and forth. It was a treat to watch. Tied 2-2. Denver has 2 games back in Denver. Clippers have 1. So, it's going to be a dogfight, man. And last night's game was a treat to watch. And here's my last point, and then I'll pass it on. I know Joker is going to get praise, and he stuffed the stat sheet, 21 rebounds and 38 points. I still, and we look at 21 rebounds and say he dominated the paint. Some of those rebounds bounced right to him. But you saw in the Wayne moments how Bodon got inside there. You saw Zubac tip in the rebound. And so I don't look at raw numbers like that. I think Joker did play great. He was the best player on the court. I do agree with BJ. But, like, you can't let that guy speech. And listen, it's not like Denver is having their way, right? It's just little mistakes here and there. And last point, I promise. I knew coming into the series that it would come down to just little nuggets here and there, little self-inflicted wounds here and there, and which team would make the least amount of mistakes. And up to this point, tied 2-2, both teams have made their fair share of mistakes. So the next 3 games, like if Clippers want to win, they got to play more of a mistake-free basketball, and you can't get down 22 points. I mean, this is the playoffs, man. Like, where's the want to compete? Like, where's the pride at? I mean, to come out flat like that, bro, pathetic. But
look how they started the game, man. They started the game like they didn't it was just another game.
Yeah, it's crazy, but that's all I got, BJ.
All right, cool. Appreciate it, Mass. Let me go over to Deuce, and I'm gonna go over to JM. What's good, Deuce?
Hey man, I echo the sentiments of my man with the I think his name is Rob, whatever. I think that the way we started that game was inexplicable. Man, the refs also are jobbing us out also, man. They missed two goaltending calls, they didn't even fucking like review it or talk about it or nothing, bro. Like that shit was crazy. The one on Kawhi and the one on Bogey, I believe. Like they called a foul, that should have been the end one. But this is all about us, man. Denver is nowhere near close to us. Joker can't score 100 points. We kept it Murray in check. He had a couple of shots, but this is all about us. Man. We got to keep the intensity for the whole game, the whole 48. And I believe that Tuesday will come with that. But I don't give them no credit. This is all about us. There's no way that these guys are not making shots. We missed so many wide open shots yesterday. We should have been up by 20 yesterday. No, excuse the ones that Chris Dunn missed. Let's make the miss with him. But he don't usually miss like all his open shots. So I'm not feeling that. Also, man, like it's all about us, bro. We should have swept these dudes. Yesterday should have been the last game. But if it's always like that with us with the Clippers, but what we need to do is make sure we keep this intensity 48 minutes, man, because these guys aren't close to us. These guys aren't. We missed so many open shots. Zubac missing shots in the middle. Kawhi, and James Harden starting off hella slow. Like we missed so many open shots, bro. That has to be money, and I think we'll correct that on the next game, the next two games, because if the referee's gonna let them grab and hold Kawhi and James, gonna let Christian Brown hold them, let Aaron Gordon hold Kawhi, flop around and fall down, call fouls on us. I'm not feeling that at all. The shit that Joker was doing, even the last free throw he shot, that was nowhere near a foul on Zubac. And then he didn't even touch him. He just drove to the lane. They called a foul. Like the refs, man, we can't deal with the refs jobbing us out. That's why we got to meet their force. We're not meeting their force at all times. What we do, we go on a 30-7 run. So if we meet their force and make sure that it's all about us, these games should be easy, bro. And I don't know if Ty Lue was saying that to them or they trying them out, but this shit is all about us. I'll pass on that.
That's a fact. It's really on us, bro. The energy, like we should have came out way better. Like we came out like it was another game, bro. Like come on, bro. Like we should have known the Nuggets were gonna come out and play their life away.
We are way better than them. It's not. I don't know how people can say this is a close matchup because of the respect they have for Joker or whatever. But our team is way better than this team. After the starting five, man, these dudes are some of them niggas don't belong in the NBA. Watson and the other dude, the other tall white dude, like these niggas don't belong in the NBA. Like get this shit out of here, man. Like we just smoke these dudes, bro.
But I agree with BJ though. I think Bogey needs to sit, bro. Because I called him for having a game. This he should have had a game last night, and he didn't.
He played good in that zone. He played good in that zone.
Yeah,
he played good in the zone. We brought that zone out in the fourth quarter. He was pressing the rock, and he played with a little bit more aggressiveness, I guess. I guess he's not a man-to-man player.
Yeah. I just would have liked him to take that shot at the end instead of passing it. I know Kawhi was open on that three, but I just felt like he had a better shot with that too.
He was not open on those last 2 threes. I don't know why he shot those last 2 threes.
Yeah,
he can make it. He can make it, but he didn't have to shoot those threes, bro. We were running those niggas, bro.
I just felt like Bogey had an open shot right there in that middle. He was right there, and he had an easy floater. He could have easily put up there. But
let me go to JM, and I'm gonna go to Bo. What's good, JM?
What up, pull up, DJ, pull up. Excuse me. Panel chat, doubters, doomers, and gloomers. Man, we just lost, man. Denver, it was a bad loss. I think all losses are bad.
You cut out, JM.
You mix him down low by his damn self against Harden. Once again, shouldn't be down there. Powell down. They was missized. I don't even blame.
Probably got going out again.
know, that's Ty Lue. Like I could literally know who coach it. I could tell when we pass the ball, that's Brian Shaw. When we do that ISO stuff, even Ty said, oh, we had 10, I forgot the word to use, 10 out of nowhere plays. Yeah, he went right back to how we play, ISO. There is no plays. So, but even with that, man, we came out lazy, not lazy or tired, but damn, Kawhi just went off facing double team, triple team, and still scored 39 points. So, he going to be tired. Ben didn't only played 7 minutes, so Joker had a better game. Harden completely disappeared. And then Harden is either he actually been choking for real for 16 years or he is gambling. Because he only took 4 shots in the half. He took 4 shots. And that was the man said, oh, I'm Mr. Aggressive when we won. So, and then it was like a little stuff. Denver didn't do nothing different. They was already playing aggressive. Gordon been doing that. We wasn't getting the fouls. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't. They basically tried to take Kawhi out. They went after our strength. They know Kawhi coming back from injury. So what you do, you send your pit bull right at him. So he facing this dude man on man. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm hoping Kawhi don't check him. Because, like, damn, we need him to go to carry us through the rest of the series. Gordon was coming right at him. That was a take-you-out shot. That was take-you-out defense to get rid of our best player. And then Harden with that punch could have got him thrown out. But we lost composure. But we came back in the fourth. Like, we came back from down 20-something points in the fourth. Kawhi, should he shot them shots at the end? He been making them in the fourth. He the one carried us in the fourth quarter. So you could say, okay, he shouldn't have took them. But him taking them is why we came back from a 20-point-something lead. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so. His defense and Norman Powell hitting those corner threes helped us come back.
Yeah,
Powell
hit like 3 threes,
I didn't
bro.
say that. No, let me finish, Rob. I know, Rob, you like to interject. Only thing I said is when you said Kawhi shouldn't have took them shots at the end. Somebody said that.
He shouldn't have. I said that. He shouldn't have, bro. It was better shots.
Hey, wait. He just took the same shots to get us back from a 20-something deficit.
But he didn't, though. He didn't take those shots. He was going to the rack.
He went 7. Look at the score. Either way, like you said, okay, if he took mainly going to the hole, whatever. But he has been. It's not like he's rushed taking them shots. It's not like it's done taking them shots.
He been missing today, though, bro.
Well, okay,
you gotta know what he's missing.
All I'm saying,
all day yesterday. They all were missing all day yesterday.
He still came through. The one who lost us the game is Mr. Disappear and Nicholas Batum. He missed threes. He wasn't, he doesn't normally miss. Dunn missed threes. He don't normally miss. Harden is the one screwed us straight up.
Harden was passing those guys the ball for the miss.
Hey, Mr. Aggressive, 4 shots in the half court. Well, hold on. The man who just said, now hold on, let me finish now. I know you like Harden, but this is the truth. Kawhi off the slow start. Kawhi took 11 shots. Harden only took 4 shots.
But Harden was passing to open people who missed open shots, bro.
Can I finish?
My bad, bro.
Then you can argue all day. All right? You could be the prosecutor. Let me throw the defense out here. All right? Or whatever, however that worked. Harden, 4 shot attempts in a half. Yesterday, Harden only strength to me is he could draw fouls when he attacked. He drew no fouls. He stopped attacking, and he just disappeared. Totally freaking appeared. Now, you can blame everything like Kawhi missing his shots, but he took more shots, right? Freaking Dunn took more shots than Harden. Ben played a hell of a game. Ben is actually better than Harden in games like this, honest to goodness. Harden should not have, and I said it the other day, Harden should not be on the floor with Kawhi, especially not in the fourth. right? So Harden getting beat on the weak side the whole series, but he's still out there, Mr. System. I blame this on we lost, but we took a punch. We should win. If Kawhi got to take over this whole team, Harden should not be resigned because clearly we don't need him. Especially we got Ben and Bogey out there who cost a lot less than Harden do. Go Clippers.
Yeah, you know what? I actually agree with JM on that.
Man, that's crazy as fuck, bro. Come on, we don't to resign Harden. What? What game are y'all watching, bro? What game are y'all watching?
Let me go to Boat real quick. What's good, Boat?
Yo, what's up, man?
What's happening?
Man, that was a tough game to lose. I like how we rallied back at the end in the fourth quarter. 22 points down. I don't really like how that game ended. I'm not gonna lie. That was all on Ty Lue fault. Cause we had like 2 timeouts at the end of the game with like less than a minute to go. You just don't. I don't know. We could have had a chance to put a different lineup in too. Like there was no call for that.
That's what really lost is not having that defensive lineup at the end.
Yeah, there's no reason not to have all defense in. You got 3 non-really defensive guards in. You could have put a whole big lineup in just to match them. I was saying, like, I don't know. We got to go win the next one, man. That's really what it is. And then I feel like we need to go take the next 2. There's no reason we shouldn't go take the next 2 games. Like, the way that we should be playing, man, we should be playing with, like, a lot of fire. We should just be trying to get this over with. Our mentality got to be right. It can't be like this game where we just come out lackadaisical. We in our building, but we ain't got, like, a lot of energy. We just can't be doing stuff like that. I don't know. We got to stop letting them get a lot of rebounds and boxing out, too. We got to start boxing out. Like, that's really been a problem.
That's that lineup, man. That 3-guard lineup.
Yeah. I mean, it is blatant. It's out there. You can see it. Really, we beating ourselves. We could really just beat these guys, but, I mean, we just got to do it. I think they will, but, I mean, it's do or die now. That's really it.
That's a fact.
Let me go to Skills, and I'm going to go to Robbie. What's good, Skills?
What it do, BJ? Salute to the panel, man. Hope everybody doing good on this Sunday.
Yeah,
look, man, I had the series going 7 anyway. I told y'all we was gonna have to win this series in spite of. And when I say in spite of, it's coaching, But last night, though, before we even get to coaching, it's enough blame to go around. I knew in the first 3-4 minutes of the first quarter, I knew we wasn't winning that game. Just how we came out, lackadaisical, like we not in game 4 of a playoff season against former champions. I told y'all on the last stream that you never underestimate the heart of a champion. I knew that Jokic was gonna have a big game. That's what happens. Guys like that, you got to kill them. They don't just lay down. You know what I mean? You got to chop their head off. That's the only way they're gonna stay down. So I knew they was gonna have a big game, but it's it's unacceptable the way that we came out in the first quarter. And I really didn't even watch the game after the second quarter. I'm a busy dude. You're not gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna give you 2 hours if you playing uninspiring basketball. And in that first half, it was uninspiring basketball. And that's from Kawhi Leonard. That's from James Harden. That's from the only person I can say that brought a little intensity was Zoo. But he can only do so much. Zoo got his hands full. And I think he's been the most consistent and solid, as far as like guarding Jokic in this series. So, he has his hands full. You only expect so much from him. But the other guys, Norman Powell, everybody, it was all uninspiring. And to me, that's what you get when you start to believe in the hype. You start to watch the YouTube videos and the clips, and you hear people talking, and people got clips in 5, clips in 6. And, you as a player, you're not supposed to let that shit seep in. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to stay even keel and locked in. And last night, what I saw was some guys who took their foot off the gas for whatever reason. But I think it's for, the hype. It's okay for the fans to believe in the hype, but you as a player, you can't believe in the hype. You gotta constantly be in improvement mode. So the way it's looking right now, we're gonna have to go in Denver and win the game 7. That's what I expected from this series. Now, let's look at the coaching in this aspect. Everybody know I'm not a big fan of the 3-guard lineup, But I have come to terms with the fact that we're gonna run the 3-guard lineup, and I'm cool with that. If we're gonna run it, we're gonna run it. And no team has run that lineup off the floor yet. But the problem I have, and the problem that I've been having all season, is you have to understand when the 3-guard lineup need to be in there versus when you need some bigger wings in there, especially in like final possessions of the game where defense is important, and we need rebounds. You cannot have Bogey and Norman Powell and James Harden. So just think about this. The only other 2 guys with size in their lineup is Kawhi Leonard and Zubac. If you look at the Denver lineup, they got 3 guys in their starting lineup that's 6'8" and above. In our starting lineup, we only have 2. So it's like, we're not gonna get those rebounds. I keep hearing people saying box out. It don't matter how well you box out. If you 6'5", 6'6", and the guy that you boxing out against is 6'10", you can do the perfect box out. You still not gonna get the rebound. Like it doesn't matter. Size matter. Like I know they like to teach us to live in this fictional world where you can be any size and it don't really matter, and you can kill the giant. I'm sorry, what I mean. When a certain size deficit come into play, it doesn't matter how perfectly you execute the moves. The size is going to win. And I just would like for Ty Lue in those moments to be able to make the proper adjustments. If you want to run a 3-guard lineup, run the lineup. But like in a pivotal possession like that, you got to put your size on the floor. Why did we go get Ben Simmons? Why did we bring Nico back? Why do we have a Derrick Jones Jr.? Guys that can get rebounds if we're not going to use them in those moments. Bogey, I've seen enough. I don't need to see. I don't really want to see him on the floor no more, because the ball handling that he's doing, those minutes can be split between Ben Simmons and Amir Coffey. I'm over the Bogey experiment, because even if we make it past Denver, and that's an if at this point, but I still got us winning in 7. But even if we make it past Denver, we got OKC next. I don't see it getting any better. I don't see the defense loosening up. I don't see him having holes and having breakout games. I'm not saying it because the competition's only going to get thicker. If we make it past OKC, then who we play next? Maybe the Lakers, and then we make it past them. When we playing in the East, we playing the Celtics. It's not going to get any better. So, like right now, let's go ahead and get Amir Coffey back integrated in the lineup, and let's go ahead and split those minutes between Ben Simmons and Amir Coffey. But I'm over the Bogey situation. Like, how many times we got to keep saying the same thing, and it's not working? So, I'm gonna end it right there. I'm just gonna say, Kawhi Leonard, this last game was unacceptable. This is your team. You won with the crowd. I'm on here all the time saying that this is your team. The offense need to go through you. I don't care what the rest of the team do. They need to feed off you. So it had to be some lackadaisical energy you was giving off as well for it to even be okay for your teammates to come out playing like that. Because we would never see Kobe Bryant teammates coming out playing like this in a game 4, pivotal game on home court. We would never see Jordan allow his teammates to come out and play like this. So, I'm holding you to a higher standard. Kawhi Leonard and James Harden, I'm holding y'all to a higher standard. I need to see inspiring basketball. If not, don't waste my time. I don't like having my time wasted, and I'm not going to dedicate no 2 hours to watching people play uninspiring basketball. That's what I meant with it, BJ.
Damn, that's a fact, man. On me.
Hey, I just want to add this. I totally agree with you. And it's going to come to another catch Harden outside moment. I totally agree. We've been going through this since Kawhi came back. Either it's Harden bought team or it's Kawhi team. You cannot rely. I think Kawhi seen that with this game. Like, goddamn, you just talking all this shit after the interview. Mr. Aggressive. All of this stuff. Okay, I'm tired. You go ahead and do your part. I did face a triple team all game to get us where we at. So, yeah, go ahead. You the star. He did not show up. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Kawhi feel the same way you feel it. Man, fuck Hart. Excuse my language.
Harden can understand that, like, him being a point guard, the team goes as he goes, unfortunately. And if he starts off lackadaisical, like, you got to understand, the point guard is like the quarterback in football. Like, the team is going to go how the point guard goes. And he came, like I said, he came out terrible in those first 2 quarters.
Hey, they all did go wrong. They all came out terrible though.
4 times. He shot the ball 4 times in the first half.
He was not aggressive.
I don't agree that this team goes as Harden goes.
Yeah, no,
because
it don't
Kawhi
go
Leonard's
where
the leader,
Lauren go.
bro.
No, because
No,
Kawhi is
bro,
like
But
Kawhi is the leader,
when he's
bro.
holding the
Facts,
ball and
facts, skills,
he's
facts, skills.
But he
when
don't
he's
get no
holding the
pass,
ball.
bro. Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead, Rob.
I
No,
agree
I'm
with
just
that,
saying when
caller.
he's bringing up the
Next
ball.
game, you're going to see Kawhi just say, hey, like he did that last game where he didn't pass the ball to nobody named Harden. That's the game you're going to see again.
No, we
My,
can't load the
the
ball.
problem is,
Skills.
if Kawhi got to do that again, Harden is not going to get no $35 million next season.
But
Why are we talking about Harden for it, man?
We're gonna need
Like, we
Eric
can't
Bledsoe
load
to
the
put
but
ball.
money on
here's the
Kawhi.
thing.
Can't do
Here's the
that.
thing, JL. Man, this is Kawhi Leonard team. He's the best player on the team. He
Right.
had to set a standard. He had to set a competitive standard. Like, I don't care how you feel it, how nicked up you are. We're going to compete at this level every night. Now, we can live with the results if we lose, if we know that we competed at a certain level every night. We did not see that last night. They all started the game off lackadaisical. And that's
I
unacceptable from your best
agree.
player on down. It's just
And that's
unacceptable.
a,
JL.
You're
that's
gonna
the
have to do it
side
next game
effects of
because we
when
need to
you
go get the
sharing the
next two. I'm
floor
not
with
lying to you. We
somebody.
can't go
That
game
is
7.
it's been a problem all season. Y'all maybe just seen the results of the last night, but I've seen it all season. They cannot play together at the same time because everybody got to take turns. So now when Kawhi got to step up, then we don't need Harden. See what I'm saying? It's to me, yeah, it's on Kawhi for at least trying to get his man a chance. We're trying to play team ball here. You're supposed to be the system. We'll do something. So damn, every single time it goes on Kawhi, right? So the next game going to be like the game when he scored. He's not going to pass the ball. He's just going to go ahead and do it. And if he got to keep doing it and we win because he does that, we say, you know what? Screw you, bro. There ain't going to be no more Harden. So if I was Harden and he expected to get $35 million this summer, he better step it up. Because Kawhi already been getting blamed for everything. So we don't need no star.
this
You
is
might as
crazy,
well
bro.
put, I'd rather have Kobe Bryant in the game and Ben Simmons in the game. I would rather have all of them in the game. We don't need no star. Not at all.
Skill said it
Yeah,
best, man. I think Skill said it best, man. This is Kawhi's
I'm the
team.
Clipper fan. I said it best.
Okay, no, I think Skill said it best. Actually, my opinion. This is Kawhi's team, and if the Clippers are still having rumblings of whose team it is and blah blah blah, then they're gonna lose the series, bro. Because it's too late in the season. It's rubber meets the road skills, and you can't give away games like you did last night, right? You
We're
just
not
can't
going
do
to
it.
lose it. We're going to win.
Hey, bro, let me finish what I'm saying, and then you can jump in, bro. Like you've been interrupting like a lot today, bro. This is crazy. I mean, it's just my opinion, man. Yeah, the Clippers can afford to give games away, man. And if they're still teetering back and forth, or if something's underlying skills, still like an unspoken whose team it is, and Kawhi needs to do this, or then what the hell are they doing, bro? Where's the leadership at, right? Like, I would assume the pecking order has already been established, right? And like Skill says, there's no way in hell that a Kobe Bryant-led team is going to look like this. Now, listen, like you said, it's a make-or-miss league. You can lose games. That's okay. But at least lose the game, man, like doing it the right way and having a sense of urgency, bro. Like, you had a chance to put your foot on their neck, no point intended. And you, like, let a game slip away, right? And now you got 2 games in Denver, one back at Intuit Dome, and you got to win a game on the road, and it's probably have to be a game 7 in Denver. And so these are the type of games and moment skills which lose you the series, right? Because we can't say,
Indeed.
oh, Kawhi will come out and do it next game. No. Listen, and for the record, I think it was Deuce who kept saying Denver doesn't belong with the Clippers and Payne Watson shouldn't be in the league. What the hell are you talking about, bro? Like, do you know basketball, bro? Do you know how good Denver Nuggets are? Now, listen, we can argue. I agree. The Clippers aren't better than the Nuggets. I agree with that. But to say that they don't belong with them and it's night and day and like they should have swept them, stop talking basketball, bro, because you're doing a disservice, right? The Denver Nuggets are a damn good team, despite whatever people say. Now, I think the Clippers are better, right? But because you're better, Skills, and Skills been a great point. It's okay for the fans to be a little, hyperbole and fall to the media overhyping certain things, but players can't do it. You feel me, Shields? As a player, bro, it's like, nah, it's Imano versus Imano. And here's the thing, and then my last point. Like, Kawhi needs to approach these games as if every game's a game 7. Because in reality, that's what it is, bro. Like, you can't afford to give games away. You can't do it, bro. Because guess what, Skills? One bad ankle roll. What if you lose? Like, you just cannot give games away in this league, bro. And come out like that.
And then
I've been saying that same shit. I've been saying we should have came out hard. Everybody should have came out hard.
We came back from 22-point deficit because Kawhi started attacking. He did not pass the ball to Harden. So what I'm saying is everything about to happen, like y'all saying, and Harden is not going to get the ball. It's a problem for Harden, not a problem for Kawhi. He's been down this road before. He the one, the 2-time winner. He the one came against the Mavs now 0-2, came against the Jazz 0-2. This ain't nothing for him. The point is, we got a team. So if my co-pilot can't do it and I got to do it by myself, it's going to be a problem for Harden. I still say it's winning. I'm saying it's going to be a problem for Harden if we win because Kawhi got to do it. He don't.
But see, here's the thing though, JM. Here's the thing though, JM. We didn't lose that game. We didn't lose that game last night. All because of like something that Harden did. Like it was a lack of intensity.
How many shot attempts Harden took?
That don't matter. JM, let me explain to you why that doesn't matter. Harden didn't have. Listen, Harden didn't have it last night for whatever reason. You could chalk that reason up to whatever. He stayed up late last night, wasn't locked in, wasn't focused, whatever reason you want to give. He didn't have it last night. So Kawhi Leonard, the rest of the teammates, if they was locked in like they supposed to, you realize they're quick in the game and you make the adjustments that other people step up. But we saw last night was a lack of intensity, a lack of intensity.
I saw was fighting back from a 22-point deficit to lose by a dunk. That's what I saw.
Hold on.
We should have never even been down.
Let Skills finish, JM. I'm gonna let you go.
My fault.
I'm just saying, bro. Like we should have never even been down 22 points. And see, Mine just made a good point of something that I expounded upon a while ago. I feel like these series being dragged out like this is why Kawhi Leonard always end up getting hurt, because we play games that we shouldn't even be playing. A lot of these series we should be up. This series right now, we should be up either 3-1 or it should be a 4-0 sweep right now. But because we make these mistakes, sometimes that shit come back and bite you. Games that we should have got, and then we end up losing the series over bullshit mistakes. And I think, when it comes down to bad coaching, late rotation, motherfuckers not really going out and being like they should. We pass the games. We know our best player can't afford to pass every game. We need to be as quick as possible, as easy as possible. I'm just not saying that. From quarter one, defense. I don't see
Skills, your mic, Skills. Your mic.
Thank you. I was wondering. There you go. There you go, Skills. You sound a little better.
Hey, my point is, if we go as Kawhi go, then there's no point of paying $135 million. Because if we lose, you're gonna blame Kawhi, and we still got Harden. But my whole point is, if it's on him, then let him keep the ball by himself. Just pass it to the role players.
I just want to know who's dribbling the ball most of the time. Who has the ball in their hands most of the time, bro?
Yeah, who does that? And who only took who?
And y'all telling me like I'm crazy? Like, come on, bro.
Man, no, it can't go like that. Come on now, you can't keep putting it all on one man. We got a team, and it was Bogey missing. Batum missing the shots of you. It wasn't just Kawhi. But you immediately skip over that Harden only took like 7 shots the whole freaking game. 4 attempts and a half. It's the attempt. At least you try. He didn't even try.
I think he made up with it with that fourth quarter, though. I'm not gonna lie, because
that's why I said. That's why if you heard what I said the first 2 quarters he came out like he did his best disappearing act. Like
yeah.
I don't think he meant it for anything because now here's where I agree with JM2 Clippers fan at. You can't be that naive or that cocky enough to say I'm just going to bag in the first half and take 4 shots and not be aggressive, win my individual matchups. Even if James Harden isn't scoring big points, the Clippers need him to play downhill, collapse the defense, draw and kick because that's what he's good at, right? I mean, you saw the 2 passes to Norman Powell in the corner in the fourth quarter. That's what James is great at. And so I don't judge him strictly by his scoring. I judge James Harden by his overall floor game, right? His passing, his decision making, and then you sprinkle in the scoring, when needed. But I got to agree with JM on this one. Like he can't be that passive in the first half. Why? I mean, I just don't understand the mindset. And so, he didn't make up for it jack shit because if he'd have been aggressive and playing downhill and creating, then maybe that 22-point lead wouldn't have been 22 points.
It would never happen.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Or maybe in the fourth quarter, the game would have been nick and tuck, and they would have had a better shot at winning the game. And so, listen, it's a 4-quarter game, and I don't forget what happens in all 4 quarters. Like, this is why in the postseason, there's a saying, every possession counts. And really, it does. That game last night, you guys lost by 2 points. I mean, we can go back and find possessions in the first half where James done some dumb stuff. Kawhi did some dumb stuff. I mean, and listen, there's blame across the board for everybody. I get it. Batum and everybody who missed shots, who didn't play well, I get it. But I come from an era where I don't blame role players, right? When you lose a game, it's on the best player. I'm sorry. Because when they win the game, everybody talks about Kawhi Leonard and how great he is. And so I got to be consistent, bro, right? Kawhi's the leader. He's the best player. And when they win, I'm giving him credit. Now, I will highlight the role players and what they did well. Listen, you're role players for a reason because we don't expect role players to be consistent. I expect Kawhi to be consistent. That's why he's a superstar in a lot of our eyes, right? And so I have to judge them on totally different scales. Is it fair? Probably not. But unfortunately, that's just how it works, right? And so, again, I'm with you, JM. James Harden had no excuse to come out. Listen, Kawhi and James Harden have been through the fire. They've been through these moments. And for them to come out in a game 4 in your building, knowing that you can really take command of this series, and you come out and you do that, bro, to me, that's where I'm disappointed at, bro. And Skill said it best. It's the mindset and it's the intensity. It's the urgency to like understand what the moment is. You cannot let these teams hang around because now you're tied 2-2. And at this point, it's a toss-up, right? Like, I can't say for sure Denver's going to win the series. I can't say for sure that the Clippers are going to win the series. Could you guys imagine a game 7 back in Denver with everything on the wood? Oh, my God. So, listen, bro, a lost opportunity last night.
Mm-hmm. Mess. I'm going to tell you, the one team that's the most happiest out of this is OKC, man.
Why is that?
Because they get to sit and rest this whole time while we battle it out, and then they're going to get whoever comes out of this,
I mean, that could work to the detriment, too, though. But
I see what you're saying, Robert. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Something else I wanted to say too. Did y'all know games 5 and 6 are back to back?
No,
they're not back to back. Tuesday and Thursday.
No way.
It said, hold on. Is it Tuesday and Wednesday? Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, we need to go get both of those games. I'm not gonna play around.
Yeah, that's a must win, bro. That's why I said that next game we gotta play it, bro. We gotta
look. See, y'all see on the right screen, game 5 and 6 on the 29th and the 30th.
I see on mine they're on a Tuesday and a Thursday.
Well, one of them is wrong. I didn't ever seen a back-to-back in a playoff.
No way. Yeah,
there's a day in between.
No, I'm on the NBA app, BJ, and they got you guys slotted for May 1st, Thursday.
It said the 29th and the 1st of May.
Okay, so I don't know why it's 30th here.
That's crazy. Could be like a typo error, but yeah.
What's good?
Okay, them 2 games is gonna. Oh, my fault. Go ahead, Kurt. My fault. Go ahead, Kurt.
Nah, he an OKC fan. He can't talk.
We definitely got to win this next game, but after that, we need to go win that 6th game at home. I'm not gonna lie.
Come on, Kurt. Tell me you actually watched the game this time, Kurt.
Yo, what's going on? Hey, bro. So I actually did not watch the game this time.
Oh my God, Kurt.
I can kick your ass off here.
Man, I was
You
busy.
don't
And I
watch the
still watched the
game,
game.
bro.
I was out eating.
Nah, but look, I just been, I ain't gonna lie, BJ. I've been working. I did watch the highlights. Like I said, I be watching these games like late, so I'm gonna watch the full game today. I watched the first quarter. I seen it was a competitive ass first quarter, and Denver kind of hit Clippers in the mouth. And I seen Zubac and Kawhi was kind of carrying the first quarter. I didn't watch the full game, but I did see what happened. Obviously, I really wanted to talk to the Clipper fan because, like I said, and BJ said this is not a 5-game series. I knew that. Coming to this series wasn't a 5-game series. It's not a 5-game series. It's a 6 or 7-game series because this team's a good team, like y'all said. It's not rocket science, bro. I know I haven't watched the game, but like I said, I seen Aaron Gordon do that crazy ass. I never seen nothing like that before, other than the putback from Ayton. And why is the Clippers always getting this shit? Probably because I watched your show today too, BJ. Probably because Ty Lue, his execution is not too bright, bro. So I just don't understand that. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, I seen that shit, bro. That was good. I ain't gonna lie. Like when the ball was in there, it's like you cannot line that up any better. That's like something that was that was meant to be, honestly, bro. Because that was lined up perfectly the way that shit happened.
Bro,
And
they called it good on the floor. There's no way they're gonna call that.
Nope, bro. I ain't gonna lie to bro. The ball was out of his hands when it was 0-0. So it probably literally was like just like that. So you can't do anything better than that. I ain't gonna lie. I wish Kawhi, he got to turn up more. Like Kawhi, he's out there and he's playing good. But I like what BJ said. He's probably just like excited that he's out there on the floor. But we both know Kawhi he could have went into another gear and he didn't do that. And Zubac, like I said, Kawhi and Zubac are the most consistent pieces on that team. If we're gonna win that series, we have to go to those two dudes, and that's why we're gonna win a series to me. But I gotta watch the full game, like I said, so I ain't gonna talk too much about it. I just knew this series wasn't gonna be a 7-game series. So you gotta, my man's gotta apologize, bro. Like the Nuggets is a good team, bro. I mean, this is what they do. Bro, we
Yeah,
seen
they
this
ain't
last
nobody
year.
to sleep on. I don't
And
think
we were
I'm
saying
not
that
gonna.
like this team, Denver is not. They're not gonna lay down
I'm
and
not
let you
going to
just.
apologize because we still could have won yesterday. It ain't like we got blown out. We losing by flukes. It could have been in 5.
But bro,
We
you
should have
gotta
won last
understand, bro.
night.
Like in
It
playoff
could have
games,
been
bro.
a 5.
In playoff games, when you win, bro, it's not gonna be by a bunch of points. So that makes no sense what you just said, bro.
We lost
That
by
makes no
mistake.
sense.
We gave up a dunk. It ain't like Denver beat us. Like we just made
It was a
mistakes.
tie
I
game.
told
This is the second game
it
that we shouldn't have
it could
lost.
have easily been in 5 games. We could be up
But that's
3-0
what, bro.
right now. So I wasn't wrong how I assumed.
But
I
you
expected it to be more
gotta
6 games than 5.
But you gotta understand though, like he's saying that, bro. But that's what it takes to win championships, bro. That's what it takes to win games. It's not gonna be easy. Like you're saying that, like the Clippers should have won the game. I ain't gonna say they should have won the game. The Nuggets won the game by a crazy. That's what it takes to win, bro.
Yeah.
It takes
And I
things
think
just like that.
Matt said it too. Best he said all their starters have 40 plus minutes.
We should have been. We should have
That's
played
what it's
more
gonna
than
take to, bro. But
We had 3 6-foot people.
it took all of them to stay in the game. Like he didn't even use their bench. Like
let them play 40
crazy,
minutes
bro.
again, man. We need to put more on.
That was a bad coaching move that cost us the game. That was a bad coaching move.
But you know what's
Right?
crazy, bro?
What if Ty put in Nicholas and them like who should have been in the game? See that it would have been different.
At the
It
end,
wasn't like y'all
they weren't doing nothing
just overpowered us. If Ty would have put in the right rotation, we had the timeout, put the defense in, right? That wouldn't have happened. But you got 2 6-foot people trying to stop big ass boards.
Sometimes I don't
But
know.
we can say that though, bro. But Ty does this every time though, bro. And like I told y'all, like last
yeah,
time,
that was
the
dumb as hell having them out there.
play.
Yeah,
the
we
Nuggets
gotta not
play
be in
with
situations. That's how we fix this.
Yeah, like
we
the
gotta
Nuggets play
overcome
with.
this. My
Yeah,
bad.
bro. Like the Nuggets play with like faith, bro. Like they really think they can beat us. Like, and I'm not saying Ty Lue should have made adjustments, but we all know Ty Lue. Like this is my thing. Like that's why I'm saying like Kawhi has to take another notch. Like it's gonna take Kawhi to be a superstar to beat this team. It's not gonna be easy, bro.
I agree.
It's not gonna be easy. We can talk about Ty Lue, James Harden. Bro. They're not gonna change, bro. Kawhi got to step up. That's all it really is, bro.
agree.
He got to step up. And that's what it is. Jokic stepped up, so why can't he step up? That's
I
how
mean,
I
yeah,
feel.
he can. It's a perfect time
Let
for him
Kawhi
to now. He
play.
done conserve some energy.
But
Man,
okay,
let
who
Kawhi
all
play
watched
with
the game
Kobe
last? Who
down.
all watched the game yesterday?
TJ.
I
Man,
did.
I know
I was
I
out
know
at
Kirk
dinner
didn't
watching
watch
the
it.
game. My
Did
family was
everybody
Then
there.
let
watch it?
Kawhi
Okay,
pick the
so
team.
I
Don't
just
put
got one
Harden with
complaint.
Kawhi.
I got one
Don't let
complaint, guys,
Kawhi
and
pick
I
the
just want to
team,
hear
man.
it. Mass, I know Mass watched the game too.
No
So,
Harden. Not at
Mass,
all.
what did you think of the officiating yesterday?
We can't even talk about it, man. That's
Bro,
on
I just wanted to ask that question real quick because I don't know. I'm not gonna. I'm putting no blame
Can I
on
be
the
honest?
official.
Can I be honest? When you come out lackadaisical, nonchalant, carefree, the way the Clippers did, bro, I don't blame refs, bro. That's on you.
Yeah.
You want refs to make calls, then be aggressive, be assertive, play downhill. I can't James respect foul calls when he's not even playing downhill and he shoots the ball 4 times in the first half.
Yeah,
And
that's
so,
my biggest
listen,
thing is that
listen,
James Harden
there's
loves to.
It's like Harden, like literally just said, you know what? I can't even get a foul no more, so I'm not even going to play. That's literally how Harden looked. Because I already said that Harden's strength is attacking, getting fouls. He was not getting them fouls, and he just like
And
quit.
Yeah,
even Kawhi wasn't getting calls, Mass, too, because you could even
Yeah,
see
but
Kawhi a
that, it
couple
doesn't
plays
affect Kawhi. Clearly
talking to.
affects Harden.
No, I'm just saying,
Clearly
like, you can
affects
see a couple
Harden.
plays. Even Kawhi was talking to the refs a few times. Like, I've
Oh
never
yeah,
really seen.
they're gonna talk to the refs, but it looked
Can I
like
be
it
honest,
didn't.
though, guys?
I mean, that's how
Kawhi
much of a
kept
travesty
playing.
it's been, but that's just what it
Kawhi
is.
kept
You got to
playing.
blame the
Harden
refs,
just
and you got to
literally
overlook
said,
everything.
"Man, I'm not even gonna play no more." Harden looked like a spoiled ass kid, or they didn't give me the
You say,
fouls.
I feel that Jokic sometimes gets a better call than Kawhi, even Kawhi. You know.
Oh yeah,
I'm
they
not
give
sure
Jokic
why
almost
we're.
anything they want.
I'm not
But
sure
they got
why
to keep it
we
balanced a little
are
bit.
focused on the Clippers side of the ball, because if we break down every single play, Kirkland, on both sides of the court, Clippers and
Yeah.
Denver, I can see Clipper guys getting held. I agree. I can see different players being held off ball. And so I'm not blaming the ref. Listen, the only time I blame a ref is when it's like at the
I
end of the
don't blame
game.
the refs.
Only time I blame the refs really
Yeah.
or bring it up is when it's a blatant call in the fourth quarter and winning time, and it directly affects that part of the game. But we can see, listen, there's fouls and missed calls on both ends. And I do agree. Kawhi's getting held, he's getting pushed. Zubac is getting pushed down there. I see it. Joker's getting pushed. I mean, it's
Facts.
it's basketball. It's
Right.
physical.
Right.
I
I
mean,
think I
this
gave
ain't
the
tennis, bro.
Yeah, that's
Like,
not why we
come on.
lost.
I gave the
No,
refs
I'm not
credit for
saying
not.
that's why. I'm just saying, does it play a part in? You know what I'm saying?
It
Because
Nah,
can. It
That's
can.
just what's
it
gonna
I
don't
think
happen
the
play
going
a
going
refs.
part
forward
because
though. Every team is
they
gonna
I
try to
kept
think
play
the
playing,
refs
basketball
right?
played.
over us. They don't like us.
I like
The
the
only one
refs.
that stopped playing was Harden. So that they got fouls, but they kept playing. The only one who stopped playing was Harden. They completely
I,
went home.
I like how they didn't. I think the best thing the refs did yesterday, they didn't throw nobody out the game
Oh
in that
yeah.
Oh, good
scuffle.
point,
I
Right.
like
BJ.
how
Right.
they
That's a
let
good
Right.
them
point.
play. So I had no problems with the refs yesterday. I thought they let both teams play physical, man. And
Okay.
if Jokic, he flops, but
Mm-hmm.
he sells his flops.
Yeah.
That's why I said before game 2, if Jokic is gonna do that, Harden, you flop, but you got to fight fire with fire. But I mean, as far as the
Mm-hmm.
refs goes, I didn't think it was really the refs at all yesterday. To be honest with you,
okay, I
I
just
don't
throw
blame
that
the refs.
question out there. I'll just throw it out there.
BJ, why did you think the
Because
Clippers lost
if it
last night?
was for the refs, right, Harden would have been thrown out with that punch he thrown, even though he missed.
Well, no,
So if the
Aaron
refs
Gordon
was
started it.
That
really on
wasn't
it,
that wasn't
He
a
didn't throw
punch
no
though. That
punch. He
wasn't a
just
punch
he
but
just
I'm
though.
He just
saying
That
shoved him.
wasn't a
Yeah.
that
punch.
could
He
have
shoved
went
him.
either.
he
It
kind of
could
like swiped at him and get his
he,
hands off of him though.
That
but
was kind of
it
just
could
like a
have
little
went.
like I don't
It
know
was a
like
It
shove.
could
It
slap
was a
no.
shove,
maybe.
bro. It was a shove. He
Yeah, but
shoved him
they
on
could
there.
have took it
Yeah.
either way. They could have took it either way. If the refs was really on it, they could have took it either way. And then Dunn came in pushing. If the refs was really on it, then 3 of our players would have been kicked out the
They know
game.
it's playoff
Well, I
basketball
was gonna say
though.
Jokic and Aaron Gordon would have got kicked out though because they
That's
started.
what, but it's playoff
Yeah,
basketball. They
and
know the
3 of
shit.
they
They not
players,
getting
right?
nobody
That
to
was
go.
that
They
Yeah.
was
gonna
so
not
that
get
wasn't even
nobody for
nothing,
that.
bro. That was nothing, bro. That
Yeah, that was
nothing really
nothing.
happened, bro. People got held back.
I
Harden
don't
gave him a
think.
shove. That's not a kick
Well, I
out, bro.
think
That's not a kick
what the
out.
game, the game was lost first off from the start of the game, and then
Yeah.
the Clippers playing with their food like they always do, and then they
Mm-hmm.
leave it to coaching. And the game is
close, knowing your coach ain't the highest IQ coach.
Right.
You're putting yourself in a bad spot. So basically, just not taking the game seriously, not coming up with a sense of urgency, and then bad coaching. That's pretty much what they chalk it up to.
Yeah, that's
Man, I would honestly, I would love to see Ty Lue actually make a coaching adjustment next game, bro.
He's not. I hope he get back
well,
spasms
he
and
gonna
make
have
Brian
to.
Shaw coach.
He has to.
usually
Like,
does
there's
He
that
no
already
way.
said.
No,
He
he
already
don't.
said ain't no more adjustments to be made. It's a mindset. So that tells me
Oh
he's
my
like
God, he
everybody
said
go
that,
out there and
BJ.
play. He
Yeah,
said
at
that
Oh
at
this
the
my
point,
press
God, he
everybody
conference.
said
knows
that.
everybody. You in
Yeah,
game 5 and
What?
6. It's the end of the road.
that's
Everybody
just
knows
how
Oh,
what
well,
Ty
everybody
now
else
I
Lue.
gonna
see
do
why
for
you
about
say
playing
his
for real.
IQ is low. That's why I see why you say
That's
his
just how
IQ.
he
Yeah.
is. He the
Come
same
on, bro.
person that Iverson stepped over. The exact same person who Iverson walked over.
There's no way you
That
should
unit
say that.
never
There's no
changed.
more adjustments you can make. Are you serious?
Wait, what did he
Yeah,
say?
he's
What did
Well,
he
I
serious.
say?
mean, I don't like that from Ty Lue,
My
but that's
fault,
really
BJ.
true.
I
My
don't
Once
fault,
like
you get
that
in
BJ.
answer.
5,
My
6,
fault,
and
What did
7,
BJ.
he say?
there's really not much more you could do. It's just, but y'all know each other at this point.
Hold on, JM. What'd you
No,
say?
there's so much more you could do.
No,
What are
I
you
said
talking
my fault, BJ. I didn't
No,
mean to
what'd
say
you
nothing
say?
while you was talking.
What'd you say before that about Ty Lue? Iverson stepped over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I said Ty Lue's the same person that Iverson stepped over. He never he weak.
Hey, that's
He's
my
the exact
favorite
same
player.
person. He's just not mentally sound. He's too whatever he is, like he doesn't have it to be a
So
coach.
y'all think there is no more adjustments that can be made?
I
It
disagree.
just
Yes,
comes
it's a
down to
lot
who
of
plays better,
adjustments.
honestly. That's what I feel like.
You can
There
make an
is stuff that
adjust.
we
You
can
got.
do better, but honestly, if we play like we're not supposed to be playing, then we're gonna lose.
I
We
ain't gonna
got to
lie. You
play
can
right.
make a. You got to make an adjustment on Aaron Gordon to me because I feel like
That's
he
what
gets his way.
BJ. What
He
do you
gets his
think? You think
way.
there's more adjustments that can be made, or do
Yeah.
you agree
Yeah,
with Ty Lue?
keep Ben Simmons in the
Yeah,
game. Keep Ben
yeah. That's
Simmons in the game.
He's making the
the
wrong
first
adjustments.
adjustment.
That's why
Is
there should be
first
adjustments
adjustment.
made.
Ty Lue has to get out of his own way and play the
Right.
players that need to be played.
Right.
When I seen Bogdanovic in the game at the end, bro, that told me everything I need to know. He wants to play and win his way with offense. There's no way Ben Simmons should have 7 minutes. There's
Yeah,
no
that's
way
crazy.
that Nicholas Batum, even though he was off offensively, should be getting benched. So that's the first thing. Second thing is they got to start early and meet the game early with physicality. Like one thing I seen Harden do, and I know JM probably, I know you don't like Harden, but one thing I did see him do that was effective, he kept getting past Jamal Murray and getting inside the paint to open up Norman Powell for them corner threes. So
Right.
if they put pressure at the rim, if it's Norm, if it's Harden, if it's Kawhi, that's going to open up open shots. But if they
I
don't
agree
do
with
that,
you there, but Harden just wasn't doing that. That's all I'm saying. Is like he just disappeared.
No,
yeah,
in
His
the
best
fourth quarter he
disappearing
was
act.
there, but by that time,
It's too late though. Like at that point,
that's the end of the road.
it's like,
We gotta
come
do
on,
this
bro.
to
You
stay in
come
it
in
to
back in
get
the
back in
fourth
it.
quarter, like, and mind you, we were rolling off of our fan, like off the energy from our stadium at that
We
point.
really lost that game in like the third quarter, though. I mean, the first half we didn't play like we were supposed to. We could have been way up. Well, we at
That's
least
the
was
only reason
close.
why we
I think we
came
was
back,
down by
because
like
we
2
started
on
feeding off the
halftime.
energy from the fans finally. That's what we should have been doing. But we were, like you said, we came out lackadaisical. We came out like it was just another game. And the Nuggets did it. The Nuggets came out like they knew their life was on the line. So they
I
played
did
hard.
see that. I
Yeah,
did
they was
see that,
facing
Rob. I ain't gonna
3-1. They
lie.
came out like it was.
Yeah,
And
They
not
came
gonna
out
well,
like
lie.
it's
they had a
because Kirk,
pressure
like you
mode.
said, Kirk, they're champions. They were past champions, bro. They
Yeah,
know what it takes to win. They not
no
gonna just
lie.
lay
Yeah, I'm
down.
about to say no lie
They're
because
not
when I
gonna
watched
lay
that
down and
first
lose.
quarter, because I'm gonna watch this game, y'all, like the full thing. But I did watch that first quarter. I was like, the Clippers just came out like they was just casual, and the Nuggets came out there like they punched us and like they knocked us down in the first round. I said, what the hell's going on right
It's
now?
like it's like the Clippers do this shit all the time, bro.
Yeah,
It don't matter if it's in the game or if it's in the series. When we get up, we act like we won this shit already. Like we gotta
yeah.
fucking keep going.
But they
You didn't do
exactly
that. You didn't do that
like
under Brian Shaw. You didn't do that under Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw, you had consistency with that team.
Yeah, they was putting their
Yeah, I
Right,
form
wish
people.
Brian
They
Shaw
was
was
putting their
coaching
form
us,
people
man.
next, bro. They
Brian
was not
Shaw.
playing
Right.
around.
Yeah, Brian Shaw wasn't playing around, so we got a coach once again who stayed right on the floor. Well, Iverson stepping over him.
right.
He made Harden
Hey,
clear.
hey, JM's funny as hell.
I'm just trying to put it clear, right? Like Harden,
Hey,
man, I never like I just don't. But you don't see it right when we win. You really don't see him. But we struggle. You see that he just is not available for whatever reason. Anyway, like last night again, he just only took 4 attempts, 4 in the first half.
And everybody's saying, "Oh, well, Kawhi got to have a big game," and I agree with that. But Kawhi got to have help, bro. He got to have help. He can't do it by
Yeah,
himself.
You're right.
He's not gonna be just going all out by himself. He's not gonna do that.
Like that shit don't matter. Kawhi can have 40, and we can still lose if nobody comes with him to play. You know,
well, we got the system right next to him, so you would think that that's not. If not,
That's what
then
I'm
we
saying,
should have kept Paul George. Boy, more and more I think about it, man, Paul George would have been so much better right now than Harden. So much.
I kind of doubt that. I ain't gonna lie. If Paul George played like
Paul
he played
George
last
gonna
year,
hit
then
35
he was gonna be
points.
a non-factor.
Paul George averaged 30-something points, right? When he want to, just
He
catch
didn't do
him
that
outside.
last year, and he definitely wasn't gonna do it this year with the way his season went.
Yeah, well, he was worried about that money on his mind. He had a lot of things on his mind. I don't make no excuses. But skill for skill, point for point, Paul George is a way better player than Harden. Right now, if Paul George had his money, and we here right now, you wouldn't be talking about Paul George can't do this, Paul George can't do that, like we talk about Harden right now. Guarantee you, if they would have paid Paul George his money, and he was here right now, who do you think would have been better, Paul George or Harden?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of
Honestly,
off the Paul George train. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't know. I don't like
Seeing the
Harden,
way
so
he
I
played
mean, I've
last year
always.
against the Mavs, that kind of killed me. Him not being, aggressive on double teams, him just getting taken out the game.
Hey JM, JM, you know what I'm upset about, JM, is that
Harden doesn't even play defense. We needed the points, right? We was equal, right? We needed extra scorers. So Paul George will put in his 30 points. That's what I'm saying.
Hey JM, you know what I'm disappointed in, man? Is all that praise we gave James Harden last game, and he come out and do this shit.
I never gave Harden
he didn't have a
praise.
super game last game. He just had a good game. His best game was like game 2.
Well, that's what I'm saying. His best game is when he's a floor general. You know what I'm saying? He's, getting everybody involved.
Harden's best game is when he
tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Tuesday.
He's scoring at least a little bit.
Because when he draw, to me, his best strength is he draw fouls. When he goes to the paint and draw fouls, he get them threes open because ain't nobody going to check him. If he does not draw any fouls, Harden is useless, and you seen that yesterday. He been like that.
I'm just gonna say this, y'all. Like on no negative shit, bro. No negative shit, bro. Y'all can throw this comment away after I say it. But if we lose this series, it will be because of that game right there. To be honest with y'all.
Nah, we got 2 more games. We got more games to win.
That's what I'm saying. You can throw that comment away after I said that. I'm just,
you got your opinion. You got your opinion. Go ahead and speak, man. We gonna win, man.
But yeah, I still got the Clippers in 6, man. Like I said, man, we were due for, they were gonna come out strong, man. But that just means next game we got to come out like our lives depend on it, bro. Honestly, next 2 games we need to just come out and finish the job, bro. I really don't want to go 7 games, bro, because like I said, OKC is just sitting there waiting, bro.
It's not even about OKC. We just need to go out and finish this because we can't be playing around with Denver. We get to game 7,
absolutely. That's why I said we need to finish it. That's why I said we need to finish this shit, man. We can't be delayed. We should have finished it. We should be up 3-0 right now.
Yeah, we should have been about done. We let what game 1 and this game get away from us. We should be in this situation, but
I'm just hoping, like, from what Mass and Skills said, that their starters played 40+ minutes. So maybe the next game they're gonna come out, not as, hopefully energized.
You can't bet. Don't bet no betting games on that.
They got plenty of days of rest.
They go home to the mountains. And plus, they go home to the mountains where they got the advantage because they could breathe. So
that's true. That is true.
They tired because they down here on regular land. Well, they about to go home where they can breathe. So it ain't nothing about no breath or tired or nothing. They about to get super strong.
But another thing too, do y'all know that was another early game that we lost? I
Oh
just
yeah,
want to
makes
throw that out
sense.
there
Yeah,
too, man. Y'all. Hey, BJ, you should
we
do.
got a play no matter though.
You
Yeah,
should
no
do like
excuses, man. No
how bad we
excuses.
are in the early games, bro. For some
No
You know
reason, we are
what?
excuses.
bad.
You know
No
what? You know what?
excuses.
You know what? That's true, but at the end of the day, man,
It don't
hey,
matter. I
that
know.
it don't matter, and that just shows if are you a real championship team or not.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
didn't have
that's
to
I
play
true,
at the
think it
end of
comes
BJ.
to
time.
preparation too, because why are we not prepared?
Because that makes me think, what were the guys doing the night before? Like, why? What were they doing? Were they partying? What, like, was Harden partying or something?
Yeah, that's a lack of preparation to me. That's all.
Man, like they came out like it didn't matter. Yep, Ty Lue. He said, "Yep, Ty Lue." That's the reason why we came out like that. Because, like you said, Brian Shaw was the coach, and we wouldn't have came out like that.
There
I
you
ain't
go.
gonna lie. I don't want Ty Lue no more after this season, man. I don't think they'll fire him, but honestly, I'd rather want Brian Shaw. I ain't gonna lie to you.
JM was
I'm kind of
right
done with
about
Ty Lue.
that. JM was right about that too. Ty Lue needs to go.
It
But
done been too much of this, man. Every year.
let me go to Monty though. What's good, Monty? No, your
Oh
ass
man.
happy.
What's up? What's up, BJ? What's up, BJ? What's up, my dog, man? What's up to the panel? What's up to the chat? Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the Pull Up, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the Cross Time Podcast, man. I see y'all up here discombobulated, JM. I see y'all discombobulated up here, Rob. That's all. That's all I need. That's all we need. You know what I'm saying? We just need to
Hey, your
make.
boy
We
didn't
just.
play, Monty.
Hey,
He
hey,
Your
ain't gonna
boy
hey,
didn't
last
hey,
that
play.
look,
long.
right. Hey, look,
What I
BJ.
missed it. I
We just
missed it.
wanted to
What
make it.
happened?
We just wanted to make it interesting. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it interesting. I told y'all the only way that y'all really gonna like get a solidified win, a convincing win, or for y'all to even really win, Kawhi gotta play out his mind. Like that 25, 26 points is not gonna do nothing. He gotta drop the 39, the 40 he dropped the other day for y'all to, you know what I'm saying? Like Jokic was the best player on the floor last night. You know what I'm saying? It was a good game. Like it was just a good game. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Gordon, hats off to him. He, you know what I'm saying? He hustling, you feel me? He got the put back before the buzzer beater. You feel me? It was a good win because we ain't need to go to overtime with y'all, man. We ain't need to go to overtime. Kawhi was gonna do too much in overtime. I think it was a good shot by Kawhi, the last possession by y'all, but he just missed it. It's a make or miss lead. It's a make or miss lead. He just missed it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta take y'all head off, tip y'all head off, and just say, man, he just missed a shot. But y'all was down by a lot of points too, and y'all came back. So hats off to y'all, which I knew y'all is. Y'all a fighting team, man. And I really love this series because I feel like this is the best series in basketball. You know what I'm saying? No other series is like this series. No other series is competing like this. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely a happy camper, man. It was a good win last night, man. It was a great win. You know, had to humble y'all a little bit. You feel me? Because y'all was getting a little too happy, man. Y'all looking past us. Y'all saying this, saying that. We trash, we this. Like, come on, man. You can't just look past the championship team, a team that's already done did it before. You feel what I'm saying? Even though it's not the same pieces. You feel me? But, you know what I'm saying? It's just that y'all all gotta play together, man. I just seen it. It was just a lot of fucking up. Y'all ain't had no energy. Y'all came out with no type of energy yesterday. Y'all was in the game, but James Harden was nowhere to be found, like JM said. I was listening the whole time. I've been here the whole time. I was listening. I was getting ready for work, but like JM said, James Harden was nowhere to be found. He was here and there. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi got to be more aggressive if y'all going to win and y'all want to pull it off. This series is going to 7 games. That's how I see it. I said it. It's going 7 games, man. So
We'll see.
both teams got a game on the road. The playoffs start when a team went on the road. So, you know what I mean? We got a
That's
game
a
on the
fact.
road. That's all we need. We going back home. We going to get another one. And then we going to finish it in LA, man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. You know what I mean? It was a good dub. I know Rob don't got much to say. You know what I'm saying? My man Russ he was out with a foot injury. That's the only thing I'm upset about. But you know what I'm saying? We got the dub. That's all that matter, man.
Y'all ain't finishing nothing out in LA. Y'all ain't winning in 6. We gonna win in 6.
I don't think so, big guy. Hey,
Hey, we
boat.
just need to come out the next
Boat.
game like we did
Hey,
that fourth
boat. It's
quarter. We be
even.
all
It's
right.
even. A boat is even now, right? It's
how we
even
like
now.
it though.
Yeah, it is true. It's
A
true
boat is
too, man.
even.
I can't even.
Is a boat is even now. So what that mean is it's 0-0. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It say 2-2. It say 2-2, but it's even now, right? So the team
Yeah,
that win the next two games is gonna be playing OKC, and we gonna see.
absolutely.
You say y'all gonna win the next two games. I'm gonna hold you to that. So the first thing y'all gotta do is y'all gotta go on the road. And you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a tough crowd in Denver. We just came off a win.
Mm.
So they're gonna be expecting the same thing at home. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all gotta figure out how y'all gonna stop Nikola Jokic. Y'all can't let him do that. Y'all can't let him have a game like that. Y'all can't. You know what I'm
He
saying?
ain't gonna have another game like that. He gonna be regular. We're
No,
gonna get back to
I
what we
don't
was
know.
doing.
I don't know what you consider regular.
Shit,
It's
the
gonna
game
be a
before we
good.
had him. The game
Hey,
before we
hey,
had him with
hey, I'm
15
just saying,
points.
look,
So
right, look, Russ got game one, right? Russ got his game one. So Russ, he already got us a game. Jokic just got his what? That's game four. Yeah,
Mhm.
Jokic just got his game four. So
yeah, this
Jamal
was
Murray
Jokic's
is
best
now
game. It's
it's
gonna be his
time.
best game too.
It's time for Jamal Murray. It's time for Jamal Murray to have his best game, and I need to
He
be
doesn't
I
already
game
have
mean,
it.
five.
that's my only thing is
He doesn't
that
already have
I
it.
was just about to say that
And that's
Monty
what
is
y'all need to
that
be worried about, because
because he
Jamal
had a
Murray
bad game
he
like
been
these last couple of
struggling.
games.
Jamal Murray he been
Yeah,
struggling. So
that's my
that's what
only.
y'all got
That's
to
the only
do.
thing
We
I'm
can live
worried
with
about is we
Jamal
come out
Yeah,
having.
hot and then we're gonna
playoff
We just
Murray
can't
is
let
on the
him and
way.
Jokic have.
Playoff Murray is on the way. Don't worry about it. And y'all
wait.
getting
Wait.
away.
So, hey,
Y'all
Monty, I
getting
gotta ask
away.
you.
Y'all getting away with one because Michael Porter Jr. he hurt. He's hurt. He's hurt
Man,
bad.
man, Michael
He
Porter
wasn't gonna be
Jr.
doing
old
too much
frail,
He's
anyways, man.
trash.
He
He's
lanky
wasn't gonna be
trash.
mother.
doing too much anyways.
Yes. Look, hey,
He's
Monty, I
trash.
gotta say this though. Is he what's his name? Is Jamal Murray playing bad because of like him just missing, or is it because of the defense?
I mean, I just think he coming back off. I think everything playing a part. He coming back off an injury. You know what I'm saying? And then he gotta get back his rhythm, and it can't be it's the defense as well. I'm not gonna sit right here and say, bro, I'm a fair person, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I look at it all type of ways. I think it's a
Okay.
combination of things, but I just think he just need to get his confidence
This
back
is
and get his
that shit. See,
confidence
that's
up.
why that shit pissed me off, man. We should have
That's it.
had that
He need to
motherfucking
get his
game
confidence,
yesterday,
man.
man.
It's all right though, Monty, because where was Kawhi's 39-point game at? That was in Denver, right?
What you say, JM?
Where was when Kawhi had that 39 points when he totally dominated y'all? That happened in Denver.
That did. Look, JM.
And y'all
Look,
had
right.
Russ, y'all had
Look.
everybody on the court.
I'm glad you
It's going
said
to
that.
be worse.
I'm glad you said that. It did happen in Denver. It did. But when Kawhi dropped that 39 game, he down there ain't miss a shot. You understand what I'm saying? He was in
And
he was in a he
and
was
that
in a
was a
different
game
type of
that he
he
didn't
was in a
rely
different
on
type of
Harden either.
space. He was in a different
Right.
type of space. He was in a different type of space that game. That
Yeah,
game
don't pass the ball.
he came
He
out
was in that.
like
Look,
fuck that. Like, I'ma show that I'm the best player on the floor. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
On our
Which he did.
team. We
Which he
gotta
did
but
that
we
Mar-
gotta
game.
show that on our team. He did that to show everybody on our
hey,
team he the best
but
player.
Monty, look what it
No,
took.
So
It
he
took
gotta do that
Adelman.
again.
Hey, Monty, it took
He gotta
I
Adelman.
do
get
it
that.
again.
I get that. But what I'm saying is, Kawhi Leonard, that game where he damn near ain't miss a shot, he showed that he's still Kawhi Leonard at the end of the day, and you gotta respect him. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? He showed the world, not only your team, he showed the Nuggets, he showed everybody. He put the world on notice. But this what I'm saying. For y'all to win, and the game's been close. When it comes to the fourth quarter, I feel like he has to play like that for y'all to win. Point
Mm.
blank. You know what I'm saying? If James
Hey.
Harden gonna disappear, I'm saying if James Harden gonna disappear, he has to play like that. Now, if James Harden is clicking on all cylinders,
I
Kawhi
can't
don't
believe that, man.
you only need, you know what I'm saying? You just need Kawhi to do his thing. But you know what I'm saying? If
He's
James
still
Harden
go.
gonna show up, and what type of game Kawhi gonna
That's
have.
what
But
I'm
if
saying.
Kawhi had
Cause
that type of game like he had in game 3,
Hey, but
we
we
gonna have a
need
tough night. If he
We
had,
need
That's what
our
I'm
if he
saying. For
had
best.
this
game
next
3,
game, we gonna need
We need our
Kawhi to
best
get
player to
40.
be able to rest too, though. We need our best player not to play all the minutes like every other team in the playoff. Don't
Yeah.
need their best
And
player.
another
He
thing,
needs to rest some time too. And the only way he could rest if he doesn't have to keep going
and,
nuclear.
and
Because
another thing,
if
Monty.
we do win this
hey,
game, if we do win
AJM,
this series, and he has to go
he not getting no
nuclear,
rest.
he gonna be
He not getting no
exhausted.
rest because look at Tyronn Lue rotations. He not getting no
Yeah, but
rest because look
but
at his
hey, I
rotations.
don't. We got the system on our team. The system says he doesn't need a coach. He got to earn his check. He the one. Yo, honest to goodness, I hope Harden listen. Because
And
sometimes players
where is
listening.
that got him?
If Harden listening
He
right
don't need a
now,
coach. Where is that got him?
yo, Harden
He
need
don't
to
need a
earn
coach.
his
Where is it
check
got him?
next year.
Yeah, he
Man,
does.
screw
I
the
agree with you.
coach.
He needs to
Screw
earn
the
it.
coach. Harden need to earn his extension next year. See
He
what I'm
needs to
saying?
earn
Screw the
it.
coach.
He needs
Screw
to
the
earn his
coach.
playoff
Man,
reputation,
Harden
bro.
got to earn his extension. If Harden listens, because sometimes the players do listen to us, right? You can tell how they react in the games. Honest to goodness, Harden, you better earn your extension.
Yep.
Kawhi got to do this shit by yourself. Then you not getting re-signed. We got Ben,
That's a fact.
way cheaper than you. We'll take that $35 million to go get 3 more players.
That's a
Think it's a
Bro,
fact.
they
game.
not AJM. They not
Don't
re-signing.
say we're not gonna
They
do
not
it. Paul
re-signing.
George. Paul
JM,
George
they
just left
not
out the door.
JM.
He-
They not re-signing Ben Simmons over James Harden. I'm
Man,
telling
you
you that
why
now.
not? Hey, yo, Ben way more
They
valuable.
not,
He
bro.
only cost $8 million.
They not
Ben only
re-signing him
cost
over
8
James
million.
Harden, bro. That's James Harden,
Let
bro.
me rephrase this in money wise. Ben could do more than Harden can, except
No,
for
he can't.
score.
No, he
Hey,
Right?
can't.
but you know
And Ben
what?
only
No, he
Hey,
cost
can't.
8. Ben
No,
could
he
check
can't.
5.
James
Get
Harden
this
can
right.
shoot.
Ben could
hey, but
James
you know
Harden
what?
can shoot.
Ben
Ben
is a
Simmons
better
can't. No, he
passer.
can't. He
Ben,
can't do
yes,
more
he
than him.
can.
He never.
Ben
He
better
never
at
did, and he
passing.
never
He
will.
JM.
pushes the ball, and he could check 5 positions. What Harden
Hey,
could do again? Draw
hey, JM.
fouls. And
JM.
Ben only cost $8 million. Harden cost how much?
Hey,
$35 million. Are
hey,
you kidding
JM.
me?
JM. JM. Yo, BJ just said that Ben Simmons called out Ty Lue, so we'll be lucky if he get minutes.
Ben gonna be good.
He
He
called
got
out
to.
Ty Lue like,
Hey,
and
this
Ty
ain't
Lue,
on Ben. Hey,
I
this ain't on Ben. This ain't on Ben. Ben a role player. This ain't on Ben. This is
no,
on the
I'm saying no,
$35
I'm
million
saying
man. This is
no.
on the
I'm just
$35
saying.
million
Hey,
man.
BJ, didn't you say Ben Simmons called out Ty Lue?
Yeah, but hey, I'm not talking about
Yeah.
Ben. I'm talking about the $35 million man. He the one
Oh
expected
yeah,
to get
well
a
I
check.
know. Look,
I'm
Hardy
talking
got to
about
show up.
an
Look, Hardy
assistant.
got to earn his shit. We already know that.
And
He got to
if
earn that.
he should be
Hey,
thinking about
Hey,
stepping up, or
JM.
he's gonna not
JM.
gonna.
JM.
Yeah.
Do you think we should get rid of Ty Lue or James Harden?
Ooh,
Ty,
That's a good.
we can
If
win
Harden
games.
had, no, get Ty Lue, get rid of Ty Lue because Brian Shaw did a good job coaching Harden. Get rid of Ty Lue. If that's the case, Brian Shaw
Okay.
didn't play that with Harden. Pull Harden right out the game. Harden plays better under
I'm gonna
Brian
answer.
Shaw.
I'm gonna answer that. I'm gonna answer that for you, BJ. Cause I ain't gonna lie. I wish I could be on here all day with y'all, but I gotta go to work, man. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to come say what's up to my boys, man. After a good dub, but Tyronn Lue is the answer. Tyronn Lue, I think he's had an extended time to show himself. He got Kawhi this year. He had James Harden this year. It's not no question on who it need to be. James Harden, I'm gonna
Oh
give him
yeah.
his flowers. He just like kept y'all making noise this season. You feel me, with Kawhi out. So I think James Harden did his part, but even though I don't think he's shown up the way he need to in the playoffs for y'all to do what y'all need to do. But it's Tyronn Lue for
Yeah,
sure.
if you really think about it, that man ain't got no more excuses. All them excuses he said, it's over with.
New coaches out
Yeah, Ty Lue has no
there.
more excuses.
It's
We
coaches out
It's a
healthy.
there
done
on the
deal.
field. It's
It's a
coaches out there on
done
the field.
deal.
So I think it's a change of scenery. It's Tyronn Lue.
Yeah, I would do that, but like I said, Harden to me just plays
Hey
better when
BJ, I love
when
boys, man. I'm
he's
about to go to
filled
work.
in.
All right,
Brian
Monty.
Shaw brought Harden in. Brian Shaw made
Hey,
Harden. Brian Shaw
I'm gonna talk to y'all.
coaches Harden
I'm gonna
way
talk
better
to y'all
than
after
Ty do.
game 5.
right,
What you think about it, BJ? BJ, which one would you pick? Bo, are you kin to Hussein Bolt? Like Bolt, but anyway, what do y'all
No, it's
think?
just a
I think.
nickname.
Oh, that is no problem. I like Bolt though.
Yeah,
So
it's
what
part of my
y'all
last
think?
name.
Huh?
It's part of my last name. It's just a nickname.
Oh shit! I might be onto something. Either way,
Nah,
what do
Boat,
y'all
Boat
think?
ain't Boat ain't my full last name. It's just short.
Oh, so you saying Bolt? That's not. Anyway, that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, I ain't got no relation to him. I ain't African. I'm American.
That's a good one. Okay, respect. So what do y'all think about it? Is it Harden or the coach? Or both?
It's definitely the coach. We ain't been dealing with
Definitely the
Harden that
coach,
long. We've been
man.
dealing with Ty Lue. His leash is up.
Look what Brian Shaw did to Harden. When Harden was playing bad, he took Harden's ass out. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Ty Lue will sit there and let Harden play the whole damn game when he's playing bad.
Yeah, that's why I can't really say like just throw Harden now. I think I'd rather get Ty Lue out because Brian Shaw has shown that he makes Harden a better player. You know, by yanking him out the game. Simple things.
I don't know why we
Shit,
getting
man.
rid of Amir Coffey at the end of the year. We should really be getting rid of Bogey if his contract is up. I don't want
Man.
another year Bogey, dog. We don't need him.
I was trying to hold out. Look, BJ, I was trying to hold out for Bogey, man. But I mean, shit, bro. I'm ready to see Amir go in there and see what he can do.
Yeah,
And
they
now
doing
here's a good.
Amir wrong. They doing Amir dirty.
Yeah, Ty Lue, he get like that. Both Coffee should be in the game. He physical, Coffee bigger, makes more sense. And you can score.
Because I'm just saying, bro, T-Man could have been doing everything that Bogey doing out there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that is true. Amir's not as streaky as Bogey. When Amir catch fire, bro, he can't miss. But Amir, he just gonna show up anyways, though. Like he gonna do something for you.
Yeah.
He at
Amir
least
gonna
gonna
do
play
something.
defense. I ain't gonna lie. He at least gonna
Yeah.
play defense. That's
Yeah.
one thing I ain't gotta worry about
You know
Amir.
what I'm saying? T-Man could have did everything that Bogey is doing out there, bro. And speaking of T-Man, did y'all see T-Man at the game? He was
Oh
at the
yeah.
game watching this, bro.
T-Man, Chris Paul. There's somebody else that was there too.
And you see they put the camera on T-Man, and T-Man, when he had no emotion on his face, you could tell he wanted to play for us, bro.
Hey, but
Yeah, they'll be
go
doing
ahead.
Amir
Go
wrong
ahead.
just like they did him by getting rid of him, dog. You can't be getting rid of like the heart and soul of the team.
I'm
We
gonna
ain't
tell
gonna
you
have
right
no
now,
more for
T-Man would have thrived with these guys.
we need a defense too. I ain't gonna lie to you. We need a defense.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Bogey for him not to be doing
But
nothing. We
that's
need
neither here nor
somebody
there,
back.
man. It's just, at the end of the day, man, I think Ben Simmons didn't even play none of that fourth quarter, did he?
Nope.
Messed up our whole second unit. Our whole second unit was doing just fine.
There
You
was no
messed that
reason for
up.
Bogey in that like 3-guard lineup to be on the floor, especially since we called a timeout. What did we do during that timeout? Is my question. We didn't really do
Bullshit.
nothing. We didn't do nothing.
Bullshit. That's all
We
they
might as
did.
well not even
They ain't
call
talk
it.
about nothing. They ain't talk about nothing, man. Kawhi told you, man. They come out of timeouts confused. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy, man.
he wastes timeouts too if you really think about it. I was gonna say that earlier. He really
I
do be
think
wasting our
he tried to
timeouts.
challenge a call yesterday where it was just like it was obvious that we weren't going to get that call,
Yeah. And
and
we
he
had two
challenged it. I didn't
timeouts.
like.
We had two timeouts with like less than a minute to go. I think Denver only had like one, or they might have used them all. I don't even know. But like we had the advantage, and then we still ended up. I don't know.
With the same
Selling the
lineup
game.
out there, like that shit made no sense,
Same
bro.
lineup, no adjustments. We ended up selling the game
Like
out,
how
bro.
are
What
we all
happened?
sitting there thinking the same thing? Like, bro, how are we all thinking like why isn't DJ or Nico or Ben out there? Like, what? Or even done? Like, fuck.
Well, hopefully the
Yeah, at
owner
least
is
done.
too,
That
because
would have been a little
the
better.
owner had to take that loss in front of everybody. The owner was sitting there, so hopefully
Oh yeah.
somebody knocking on Ty Lue door right
Oh,
now.
absolutely. I hope so because man,
Yeah,
we
the
should
owner
have
not
had
gonna be putting up
honestly
too much
that should have
orders.
been the comeback of the year for us.
Yeah, we were supposed to
It
be up
should have been a
3-1. I ain't
comeback
gonna
of the
lie to
year,
you.
bro. But it worked out the other way. Another way to put the Clippers out there in a heartbreaker as usual.
I don't know.
We
Clippers
ain't
like
out
doing
of
stuff
it.
the hard way.
Our coach do that would happen when we got to play without a coach. Like we just on our own. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Like I said, the game would have been different if Batum would have made a couple of more his shots or have done. He was like 2 for 11 or something like that. So it could have, you know what I'm saying? We missed the shot. Like it wasn't no beat down. You know, we missed shots that we usually don't miss. Hardly like it wasn't like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that was the one thing
It's
I
nothing that
took
we
from
can't
it, JM,
overcome.
was the comeback. Is that we came back from down 20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
we came
I
back
think
and
I think we found something. Maybe we found
we
something
went
that could
back to
work.
zoo. You forgot that. We went back to zoo. That
Yeah.
helped out a whole lot. Zoo got the
We need to
ball.
come. We need to come out like that next game, man, and keep that same
Wait.
intensity all
So
throughout.
I gotta
We'll be
ask
good.
you guys. So if Zoo was out, why wasn't Ben in?
Got to ask the coach. Got a question.
Okay, so because I'm like, what? Because every time Zoo has came out, he's usually put Ben in.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand that. I don't understand that.
I guess he got a
If
problem
you
with
look,
Ben now. We can't be affording to have this, man. We can't be
hey,
letting like petty
Well,
little
I'm glad Ben
emotional
called
issues.
Ty Lue out though,
yeah,
because I feel like
DJ
nobody
said
calls
that.
him out, bro. It feels like nobody
DJ
calls
said,
him.
but that's a history pattern. BJ did call that out. This happened before. I go all the way back to Roku. Roku, I think his name was. Like, either way, Ty Lue takes shit personal. So if you say something about him, you out. That's probably what happened with Terrence Mann. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't like he think about Iverson. That shit hung
No,
him.
he just didn't give T-Man a chance, and then he just gave up on him.
Nah,
Yeah,
he never
he
gave
don't.
T-Man a
I don't know why
chance.
he
He
like
never
to.
gave him a
He don't. Nobody
Why
who's
sometimes
strong.
Ty Lue
Even
like
the
them
other
offensive
people
players that don't
before
be doing stuff
Roku,
sometimes,
like
dog.
before him, there was the other dude,
I really don't be
Marcus.
understanding.
Not
Marcus Morris,
Marcus,
yeah.
but the other it was another person that he shipped out, stopped playing, and he was good for us.
Oh, you talking about what's his name? The point guard, Reggie. You
Who?
talking about Reggie?
No, you ain't talking about Reggie. He played
Jackson.
Reggie.
No,
He played Reggie.
he played center. He was like a power forward. Not Roku. I think that was his name.
Oh, you talking about Robert Covington? Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Robert
Robert Covington.
Covington.
Yeah,
Yeah, shipped him out. They had beef, so he shipped them out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then he got, huh?
No, I was just
What
agreeing.
you said, BJ? Oh, no, what you said? Whoever's talking, my fault.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying that. I was saying Rocco, he wasn't that bad on the 76ers. We could have played him. He was a reliable power forward. He would have gave us better situation than what we had, but we just didn't want to do it, I guess.
Yeah, Ty just didn't want to do it.
Then we got
That's
James
why I
Harden,
said.
so
That's why I said we need to get rid of Ty Lue, man. If we don't do it this year, we gotta get him out of here.
he costed us a bunch of young players too, dog. We can't be having that.
Every young star we get, he sit them out. Yeah, you right about that's another point. All our young kids doing good where they at. Never played them. Jordan, that's why you don't hear nothing from Jordan Miller no more. Jordan Miller, he damn near, where is he at? Can anybody tell what Jordan Miller at? Kobe Bryant been sitting on. Kobe Brown been sitting on the bench the whole time. 6'10", he 280-pound dude. He bigger than Ben Simmons is. Should be in the game right now. Size. Sitting on the bench longer than.
I thought Kobe Brown in there over Bogey now. Honestly.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie either. Kobe Brown.
He can shoot a little bit too, but we don't need him doing all that for real. But
and he could point guard, and he good at point guard, and he could rebound. People more valuable than, he's another Ben Simmons, but he score and he could shoot the threes. He was good at Minnesota. That's where he came from. Never see him 6'10", 280. He one of the biggest people on our team, young kid. Don't even see him. Just sitting there. Like, we got a lot of players like Ty don't play, man. So I think we just got to get ready to coach. 10 years is long enough, man. He been coach for damn near 10 years.
Nah, he ain't been there for those 10  10 years. 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 10 years.
But he came in with Doc. That was 2020, right? Well, yeah, 2000. He came. He did 5-year tenure as a coach, right? But he was there with Doc the whole time. So I could
No,
him
he
and
came
Doc
from.
to me
I
is
think
the
he came from
same.
somewhere else. I don't think he was
Not
coaching at the
Doc
time when
hired
we
him.
picked him up
Yeah,
because he came from after
he
the
came from the
Cleveland.
Lakers. Yeah,
Cleveland
Cleveland. Then he went to the
campaign.
Lakers. He went to the Lakers after
Okay.
that. The Lakers didn't want him. Then he came. Doc hired him. So Ty Lue has been here since the bubble. He just became coach after he fired Doc in the bubble. But Doc hired Ty Lue. Little unknown fact.
No, I know he definitely was under him. Studied under him.
Yep.
Man, I just know
Coaches just
that.
like Doc too.
I just know that
Coaches just
Kawhi
like
gonna
Doc.
come hard next game. He gonna come. I know Kawhi gonna bring it next game. I just need somebody else to come with him.
It's gonna be
The
Zoo.
bench.
Norm been looking good though. I ain't gonna lie. Norm
Yeah,
been looking good.
Was
Zoo Norm.
We need
Yeah.
Batum. Something. Get like 20.
But the thing is
get some assists, rebounds. We'll be all
Harden
right.
goes away from Zoo a lot. You know what I'm saying? Harden starts to try. You know, when we have something working like going to pick and roll, we go away from it.
Kind of makes you wonder, like I always been saying about this man. Either he chokes for real out of every playoff he's ever been in, he's never been out the second round. So my theory is either he really chokes or he is gambling. Because there's no way to explain it. Like how else? So
No, I wouldn't say gambling. He wants himself to be it's an ego thing. He wants
wanted to
himself
be the
above
hero.
everybody else.
But
He
it
want to be the
hasn't
hero.
worked. It hasn't worked in 16 years. He brag about it, right? I've been in the playoffs, never missed one. That's 16 playoffs. I think it's like 16 playoffs he's been in, if I'm not mistaken. And he's never been out the first round. And he had more stars than Kawhi played with, than LeBron
been out in
played
the
with.
first round sometimes.
Nate, one time has he win? Well, if he made out the first round, I don't remember. But he played with so many.
I think when he just got there, I think he got knocked out by OKC or somebody. Like as soon as he just got to Houston, took him to the playoffs.
I mean,
he got
every
knocked out in
team.
the first.
What team has he made it to the second round?
He done made it to the second round a couple times.
I can't remember.
He only made it to the Western Conference like 2 times though.
I don't remember, bro.
That was with Houston. Oh, that was with the Rockets, right? But that was Chris
I'm
Paul.
talking about with Houston.
Yeah, with Houston. But as soon as Chris Paul got hurt, Harden disappeared in the pivotal game, didn't he? Houston lost. That was
put us out in the second round, though. I will say he has been to the second round. He put us out.
Oh, well, probably with Houston. If you would have get with Houston, okay. But that was Chris Paul, though. Because Chris
Paul. Mind you, though, even that series, it wasn't really James Harden. It was like Josh Smith and
got benched.
It was Josh Smith and Corey Brewer that put it. Oh my
Harden
God.
got benched. Harden got benched. That's right. He was the sixth man of the year, if I'm not mistaken, because Chris Paul was there.
We were just talking about in the playoffs.
This before Chris Paul. It was like 2015, I'd probably say.
But then Chris Paul get hurt when they played the Warriors, when they was beating the shit out the Warriors. Right, came to a 7th game. Then Chris Paul get hurt and they lost.
Yeah.
Was that 2017 though? I think that was 2017.
2017. 2018 they just lost. It was 2017 they could have won though. If Chris Paul didn't get hurt.
It was one of those years that could, yeah. But you're right though, Jam. Yeah, he did disappear.
He disappeared. He always been. He did that with the Nets. Disappeared. He did that with Philly. He's known for. I just hope that it was just like he just got nerves, like he with us. He disappeared. He did it last
year. He can't be the main guy that you rely on, though. That's what you. I ain't gonna lie.
JM, Kawhi probably gonna need some. I don't know who it's gonna be the second guy to come with Kawhi, but
it's gonna have to be Kawhi. The role play. It's gonna be Kawhi and the band and Zoo, Kawhi, Zoo, Powell. You know, people who already been there, put Patty Mills in.
Powell has one of those 40. Powell can have I need Powell to probably have a 30-point game, bro.
Get Patty Mills a chance. Patty Mills played with the Spurs. He the
I
same
wish.
age as Harden. Think it's a game. Put Patty Mills in. He won the ring.
I
I
wish.
think
I
the
wish
only
we
time we
could.
seen Patty Mills was when we blew him out by 34. That's the only time we're gonna see him play.
Yeah.
But see,
That
that's
playoff rotation get real short, and he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make the cut.
Yeah.
but that's why he shouldn't be our coach then.
I just feel
Same
like Ty
problem.
Lue's still gonna go with Bogey, and I just
We
know it,
got better
man.
options than Bogey, man. DJJ is better
Man,
than
that's what I'm
Bogey. We got better
saying, bro.
options than that.
I feel like Amir could come in and really be a spark for us, bro. Like,
Yes, Amir should actually be playing because he matches the physicality. Like Amir is built for
absolutely,
this kind of game.
he'll
But
come with
only
better
Kobe should
defense,
get
and
minutes.
you
Man,
know what I'm saying.
I ain't never seen
Eubanks.
Amir not play in the playoffs, man. He doesn't play to lose a little bit. He just like not playing him at all. That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
Like
they
Bogey
disrespectful.
is not even making no threes right now, bro. Like he ain't really like, you know what I'm saying. He made like 1 3 last night.
Yeah, that's the
I
real
think.
disrespectful part about it, man. Bogey not even doing nothing, but you ain't even gonna give Amir a chance at all. That's
Because
crazy.
maybe you know how Mama be in the game, right? Mama, Mrs. Coffee. You never know. They might have cursed Ty Lue out. So now,
Yeah.
you know, because
Nah,
it's
I
a
don't see that.
pattern.
Coffee's the easygoing guy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you
I don't see
never
that.
know. They said hey, there's a pattern with Ty getting rid of people that you figure like, how come they gone? Like
I just
Terrence Mann, like Roku, like why is he like? But he keep the players that shouldn't play. That's
I
what
just
Bogey shouldn't be playing, but Coffee, who should be playing, is not playing.
And
How do
you
you
think
explain
about it,
that?
like Bogey comes in and he handles he's like almost a playmaker for that second unit. But I think if he puts Amir in, it puts more of the playmaking back in Ben Simmons' hands, which
Yeah.
I think is the best for that second unit.
But even BJ mentioned this. If y'all seen this, freaking Benji, Simmons called Ty out.
Yeah, he only
Now
played
Ben
7
not
minutes.
playing. Now
Yeah,
Ben
he only
not
played
playing. I'm
7
telling you,
minutes.
it's a
And he
pattern
only
with
got
Ty.
7 minutes. Is
It's
crazy,
a
bro. Cause I'm
pattern.
like, we didn't see him at all the fourth quarter. Is crazy, bro.
But I didn't know that till BJ called it out. It said Ben questioned him. I like, oh well, that explains why Ben ain't playing. Ty Lue has a history of doing that. It's like he's still that dude that batted Iverson.
It's like he can't take no criticism, bro.
He
Like
can't let that
why
jeopardize
can't you
something to
take
get him away
criticism?
though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, clearly
Hey,
he
now
can't.
let Kawhi, one of the other stars, come talk to him. He ain't got nothing else to do though. He gonna be forced
No,
to do
but
it. Make
let
sure
Harden say
let
something.
Kawhi
He
one of the
gonna
stars.
let Harden play the whole 45 minutes.
Yes, because Kawhi already did call out Ty. The Mavs series, the Jazz series, when Kawhi said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself." So he
We
already
need him to
did it.
call him out again. Like, hey, bro, stop playing these shitty ass lineups. Stop playing
Yeah,
these
he got to do it
non-defensive
again.
small
He got to
lineups,
do it
bro.
again.
Because we
Yeah,
gonna
he
end
got
up
to
being
do
out
it
of here.
again.
We can't afford that.
Yeah, he got to
Yeah, I
do
need
every time
Quinn. I need him to turn up, dog.
every time he got to take one of the monster games. He not threw the clipboard on the ground. Like, man, I'm gonna do this myself every single time. He got to throw the clipboard on the board. I'm gonna use my players, and this how we gonna play. He been doing it. You just don't
Yeah, I
hear
think he
about it
already
because he
did that
just
before.
showing.
Yeah, he already did that. He
Yeah,
already
he
did
did
that
it.
before.
He does it, but you just he's not vocal like but you could tell when he take over a game. Like, man, I don't even need your playbook. I'm just gonna go out here and play, and that's what
Man,
he
you
does.
can just tell the difference between these two games, man. The dudes wasn't, the last game before this, like we were throwing the ball, and everybody was touching the ball. The ball was moving. Like this game, it got back to the ISO shit.
It went
You
right
know what I'm
back to
saying?
that. Like I said, I could literally tell who coaching and who not. This was Ty Lue coaching. The other game that we won, that was Brian Shaw coaching. The game that Kawhi had, you know what I'm saying, is just different. Like we pass the ball, then we don't pass the ball. You know what I mean? It's like, what the hell going on here? We got a bipolar team. No, not the
Like you said,
bipolar people though.
it almost feels like hard. Like you said, Harden is cheating or something. Like he's like because this series shouldn't be 2-2, bro. Like we shouldn't
It
be
really,
2-2 right now.
it really shouldn't. At the
This is another
at
way
the
to keep.
worst, At the worst,
keep it serious because we're the best series. Like it's always, you know, what's funny is that the Clippers are always in the best series in the playoffs. Am I tripping?
Yeah, we
Like,
usually because the
we
Mavs series
usually
last year that was the best first round series I think last year.
like we always in
I
the
don't
best
remember
first round series. Am I tripping, BJ? It always seems like we in the best first round series.
And we always
Like,
be 0-2.
and people be like, man, this is the greatest series ever. But I'd be like, man, I'd be having a heart attack watching these things, man.
Yeah, like bro, I don't want it to be like this. To tell you the truth.
Like, why can't we be like OKC and just run the team over and get the shit over with?
Now we weren't gonna do Denver completely like that. The best case scenario, we could have beat Denver in 5, but now we gotta go to 6 and 7.
Man. That's why I said OKC is sitting happy, man.
I think Kawhi gonna give everybody what everybody been asking for. He gonna I don't need your clipboard. Just give me my players, and I'm gonna do this damn near by myself.
I'm just saying we need to go ahead and get this over with.
Yeah, get it over with.
The only good thing that I can take from the game is that we came back from down 20 and Adelman played his starters for 40 plus minutes. He can't do that every game, bro.
Yeah, he knew that's what they had to do. He
like that was like he had, like you said, he had to do that. Like it's
like Joker used to doing that. Joker been doing that since they beat the crap out of the Lakers.
Yeah, like Joker used to it, like you said, but that was the whole starter. So the whole starters aren't used to that.
Yeah, you can't wear down
Result them to that, bro. You can exploit them. I ain't gonna lie. If you result them to that, that mean they ain't got much left.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, so that's the two things I can take from this loss, you know?
The best way to beat them, like I said earlier, you got to make Joker a scorer. That's the only way to beat Nuggets. Because when he scores...
You got to put pressure on him on defense, too. You got to make him go both ways, honestly.
Yeah, make him go both ways.
More fast breaks. Right. We need more fast breaks as well. Get Joker's ass running up and down the court.
Really
you know what I'm
saying? We don't do fast breaks enough as a team. I'm not going to lie. I don't like it.
You see, Harden tried to throw a pass to Zoo and he overthrew it.
But Harden be walking the ball up the court too.
He walks the ball up too slow, and then if we ain't making the threes, them long rebounds, right? So it's hard to do fast breaks when the rebound going way the hell out past to the 3-point line.
Like I would like to see that play where he throws it up to Kawhi more often. Like. That's an easy play every time.
Man, give it to Zoo.
On the defense, not do something that they know is gonna happen.
Play
yeah, definitely Zoo though. You're right. Definitely, we say this every game though. We always say this. Like Zoo needs the ball, but it's like I don't know. We see it, but no.
Yeah, but you can't do it. You can't do it all the time with them because if we not shooting threes, they're gonna clog the paint, right? So we gotta do the mid range and do all that to bring them people out. Because Joker don't be down there; it be Gordon in them. So Zoo is battling like Zoo playing his ass off, like he playing real hard. So but you can't like just throw it into him all the time when ain't nobody scoring or Harden holding the ball.
Well, how many times have they thrown it? But damn, how many times have they thrown it in the post to him this series, though? I feel like they just didn't do it pick and rolls more. Pick and rolls more.
They ain't been feeding them, though. They ain't been feeding them.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, look, Jay said it always comes back. Who's the point guard? You're right.
Who's the point guard? Who's supposed to handle all of that? Whose job? That's the point guard job, right? It's up to Harden. It's up to Harden.
No, you let these other... You let these Harden fans come out here. These Harden fans will tell you you're wrong.
Yeah, it's like I said, Harden need to be planning for his extension next year because Kawhi ain't going nowhere. Coach and Ty need to be really worried about their job. Really, because you get rid of Ty, we'll mess around. And one thing about all them just throw this in here. I was glad to see Pat, all of them in the stadium. Because you know why? Because Nicholas Batum opened the door. Nicholas Batum got traded and came back. So best believe
I wouldn't be mad if T-Man came back. If T-Man came back, I'll be happy, bro.
T-Man come back. Nicholas Batum opened the door for that. That's like, wait a minute. You mean we could go back?
Not under the tie
Fam,
though.
they was all
T-Man is
there.
coming back on the tie. I will say
Come on,
that.
that gotta surprise y'all that T-Man came to the game, bro. Like, come on, bro. That just
He
tells you
would
that
come
he.
back.
If you see on
T-Man didn't
social
want to
media, he
leave.
still mess with us. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying, bro.
even what's his name, Pat Beverly. So they all there.
Oh,
I
Pat,
told
you're
niggas,
right. Pat Beverly did. Yeah, that's
Beverly,
true.
hey, Nicholas Batum opened the door for all of them that left under Ty. Said, damn, you know what? Nicholas Batum came back. I could come back to take cheaper money, and then they
Not
gonna
under,
want them back.
What's up, baby?
not under Ty Lue. Not under Ty Lue. T-Man not coming
Not
back under
under,
Ty Lue.
hey, but to get Ty Lue might be on his last straw because he ain't got no more
Yeah, he is.
excuses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
he
is
ain't
it.
got no more
If we
excuses,
don't go, if
dog.
we don't win anything close to like a championship, he's out of here.
He
Yeah.
just said for 5 years if he was healthy, for 5 years, if he was healthy, he got the extension. If he was healthy, okay, our whole team healthy. Let
Yep.
us not win.
It's
You
just
see
Yeah.
about
how
how
many
you coaching,
coaches
because we
getting
can really
fired?
win we can really win in any circumstance. It's just about how you coach.
That's
Here's
what
how
I'm
we coach.
saying, bro.
He be
It's
putting us at a disadvantage, and we be having to fight.
like this series shouldn't be this hard for us, man. It shouldn't be this hard. All it takes, like BJ been saying, all it takes for him is to put our defensive lineup in. But we still coming out with the 3-guard lineup.
Hey, I said when Brian Shaw was coaching,
I ain't really worried about the Chris Dunn 3-guard lineup. I don't want this bogey 3-guard lineup. He can keep this.
Yeah, that was
This the
crazy,
worst.
bro.
This the worst thing that we got. I don't want it.
Did you see Bogey trying to play defense on Jamal Murray?
Yeah, dog. Nah.
he did a better
I don't
job
want
than
it.
Harden did. I tell you that.
No,
He
no,
did a
yeah, you're
better,
right. Hey,
he did
honestly,
a better
Bogey and
job
Hardy
than
can fight
Harden
for the
did.
worst defender on our team, bro.
Yeah, they had to fight for who's the worst because him and Hardy was neck and neck. And mind you, Bogey
Hey,
only cost him
and look,
$3 million. You got
and
a
look,
$35 million
I'd
man
rather
over
take
there.
Harden
He
over
neck and
Batum,
neck with our
dog.
worst defender. That is
He got
bad.
better hands. Harden got
look,
better hands, and he got more like weight on him, and he faster a little bit to me.
look.
So
Every time I see Christian Brown score, who you see looking behind? James Harden ass. Every time you get him on that back door, you see
Hey,
James Harden looking around.
Hey, Christian Brown took.
yeah,
I knew Christian Brown took Harden out the game, but Christian Brown caught Harden across his chest, and Harden did that little Flintstone step back. That Harden ain't been right since. He did not want to. Chris Brown had, Christian Brown called him like Brown. Harden dropped the
Yeah,
ball.
that.
Like they did. I was like, oh man, they got Harden out his mood. I got Harden
Yeah,
scared. Yeah,
yeah,
Christian Brown
yeah.
shook Harden. That's what it looked like to me. Caught him across his chest. Bam!
Man, that's why I'm like, bro. Every time I look on our defensive side, every time I look around, it's either Norm or fucking James Harden looking behind, getting beat on a back door.
yeah.
No, I mean,
Man,
yeah.
Honestly,
that's because they
That's it,
outside, man.
Yeah.
They don't be boxing out. They
but
outside
my
too.
thing is like, how are you so not in tuned on knowing where motherfuckers is at? You play like I don't understand it. You play in a zone. Like,
They do a
how are
lot of
you
ball
not knowing?
watching.
And you already don't play like 3-4 games against the Nuggets. You know who's gonna be backdooring. Like, how do you like? I don't know, bro.
They be ball watching. That's really what it is. They don't be watching their man. They be ball watching.
Like, what? But
Trying to
what
help
point
out.
does it become like, bro? Stop ball watching and watch your man. He don't beat you on the back door 3-4 times. Like,
Or
I
the
guess they
best
trying to
way to
make up for
explain
somebody
it,
else. I don't know.
or it could be simply they not two-way players. That could be simply it. You see how
yeah.
rare having two-way players is in the game. Because now we got two players that's only offensive mode and defense. Really, that's really not their criteria. So
And
they just play
that's
offense.
why I don't like the 3-guard lineup because at one point does Chris Dunn get tired from running all over the place because that's what he's doing. He's playing safety the whole time when
Yeah,
they're out there.
Dunn is my fault. I'm gonna let you. I mean, Dunn is literally the equivalent of Steph Curry without Dunn being the scorer. But as far as them running the miles, boy, Dunn run forever. Boy, he
Yeah,
remind me of Curry. Curry could run
yeah.
forever. That's how Dunn is. Yeah, but Dunn can't shoot like Curry, of course.
No, but you know what? If we could just get two threes a game from him, or three, even three, I'll be cool with that. You know, he ain't gotta go too crazy on the 3-point shot. I mean, like you say, he running all over the place on defense, bro. You can't imagine how hard it'd be to shoot a 3-point on the other side. Having energy. But like I said, man, we got to come out like we want. Like how the Nuggets came out for this game, we got to come out for the next game, Game 5. We got to come out like our lives depend on it.
Yeah, play it like Game 7. It's do or die.
We need that urgency. We need the urgency for the next, honestly, the next 2 games, bro. That's all they got to do. Come out with the urgency and win these games, man. Get this series over with, man. Stop playing with these boys.
I think they will. We just gotta see what they got going on, honestly.
You know, and understand that Denver is not going to lay down. You gotta, like they say, you gotta step on these. You gotta step on their neck, man. You gotta kill these boys. You can't come out here playing like, like I said, like it's another game. Like we got another game. No, bro. We don't. We gotta come out and act like we about to lose. You know, we gotta come out hard. Win these games, man. Stop playing around with these boys.
They're not
man.
worried about the right now. They worried about later.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, and again, you know, people are gonna say, "Oh, well, it's not." You know, I think as a point guard, the ball is in your hands a lot of the time, bro. The team goes as the person who has the ball in their hand, and who has the ball the most in their hand, James Harden.
Yeah, he does.
I don't want to hear that. That's what I'm saying. He dictates the fucking offense, bro. I don't hear that shit. Oh no, it's the whole. Yeah, I understand the whole team came out. You know how they came out, but it goes how Harden goes because he's the one holding the ball.
Yeah, you can only do so much.
Only do so much, like bro, like you know what I'm saying. I understand team
can only do so much. It don't matter what Kawhi doing. He can only do so much.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We gotta all be going.
Well, I did predict. Hey, I want Ben to start over Harden. I hope it come true. I'll start Ben over Harden right now. I really would.
Yeah.
Harden not scoring, so you can't say Harden scoring and Ben don't. Ben is well effective when he go to that rim. He attack. There ain't nobody out there can really stop him. You seen the glimpses, but his minutes got cut down. You know, he's one of our best defenders on Joker. He ain't in the game no more. Like, but you know, I would start Ben at point guard. I said that when Ben came. I hope he eventually starts. We need
I hope
Ben.
so. That'd be nice. I doubt it, but
yeah, it would be nice, right? If Ben was starting point guard.
I think me and Jam have been on the same page on Harden, but everybody will tell us otherwise. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I ain't got no problem with putting him on the bench, but we just got to we just have to be better. If it's not gonna make us better, then there ain't no point.
Yeah, that's like I said, I understand it's Kawhi. Kawhi got to come out and do it, but Harden got to come out and play his part as well.
He should if he want that check in the summertime.
Yeah, absolutely.
He better. Or we go get 3 more players for his salary. Ask Paul George what happened. We went and got 5 cheap players. Paul should have stayed too. But my point about mentioning Paul is if Harden think he more special than Paul is, Harden is for a serious wake-up call. Because if we let Paul go, and as good as Paul is, Harden ain't got a chance. You can't even show up in the playoffs. And he the one expecting $35 million in the summertime. He the one got to resign. You know, it's not even he option. No, his year is up this year. Next year's option. This is an option after this year. He can get traded. He came in a free agent. Them years is up. This is last guaranteed year. Last one.
We got him on this last year. We extended him for this year and next year.
He never got no extension. He's been here for 2 years. He never got no extension yet.
He got a
he hasn't.
$35 million extension. Yeah.
His 2 years is up this year.
No, he only had a year with us last year. That
2
was coming
years.
off
He
of
was here last
Philly.
year. It's still a year.
That was off of his
Still a
Philly
year.
contract. That was off his Philly
Guarantee you, they already talked. Gary, they already talked about it. He came in free agent. His 2 years is up this year. This year.
No,
Next year he's an option. They already said where he gonna go.
Contract.
Man,
We
all
don't
I
gotta
know is he's
sign
gonna get
him.
this
It's called
15, bro.
option for a reason.
All
We
I
don't
know is
gotta
this
sign him.
couple.
It's called option for a reason.
All I know is look. All I know is James Harden better show the fuck up next game.
Oh yeah.
Because if he don't
If you wanna
and he let Kawhi go out and get 40 by himself, bro, I'm gonna be upset.
We don't need nothing
If he
less
get
from James Harden than like 28-7. He better play some defense too.
right,
At least
and we're
like
paying him.
we ain't asking no like play like Patrick Beverly defense. We just need you to at least try. Like, you know.
Or we could cover the defense. Defense still be all right. You know what I'm saying? Luckily we playing a lot of defenders. I need him to
Yeah.
show up on the offensive side. On the offensive. He been playing that defense the whole time. We compensate that. We hide him. Right? It's the offense I don't like.
I feel like we just need to make an adjustment. Because low-key, Eric Gordon, like, we know what Jokic is going to do, but Eric Gordon, low-key, has been really good for them, bro. We need to figure out how to adjust to him as well.
Put Batum back in the
like
game.
a Ben Simmons, a Batum, or DJ.
That's what I'm saying,
I don't really
bro.
know about DJ.
Why wasn't Batum in the game? Batum was in the game the second game, right? They switched that. Batum, I was like, yo, figured it out. Batum in the game. Then all of a sudden, you don't see Batum in the game. And Harden right back in there. Same result.
Back in there.
Right
Same
back
result.
in there.
They got beat on the same result that can be killing us all series is the back door. What they do? They let him sneak around the back door and catch that oop.
But we fixed it the second game, right? Because Batum was in there. This game, Ty, that's what I said, must have been Ty coaching. Took Batum out, put Harden right back in.
That's all I'm like, bro. Like, there's again, like I said, Batum, I'm not gonna get to, like I said, Batum didn't make his shots, but again, he's been making shots all series. Eventually, he was gonna, have a game where he missed.
But the defense, we missed him on the defense.
Yes, that's what I'm saying is that he should have been out there, bro. I don't care if he's
one of those
missing
players
threes.
you got to get a benefit of the doubt to.
Yeah.
You just know he's gonna show up and he's gonna make.
Like, he's gonna make a high IQ play, bro. Like, you got to keep him out there, bro.
And he was out there. We had that monster win that Ty said, oh, we got to repeat it. He didn't say, okay, let me see you repeat it when Batum not playing, Ben not playing. Let me see you repeat it. It's like he just
been out there at the end of the game, dog. I ain't gonna lie. There was no excuse for like that last time out. He should at least put him in that then, because you would have had shooting and you would have had defense.
And plus, when you know Harden and Powell was getting beat by Gordon the whole series, then the last important play of the game, when you had a timeout, you're gonna lead the two people who've been cooked the whole time. And even in that slam, you only seen Harden right there looking at him. Powell, look, they small. I don't really blame them. They shouldn't have been in the game. They should not have been in the game.
Together, I don't know what's going.
Like, why you have three players that don't play defense on the court when we have
Bogey was there.
That's what I said. We got three players that don't play D.
Yeah, Kawhi was up there checking Joker and them, and usually the last three with the midget. I mean, come on, man.
Definitely when you got Zoo running out on Jokic, and you got nobody behind. Like, come on, bro.
When that shot went up, when they knew he was shooting that ball, everybody should have been in the paint, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. They should have been trying to get a rebound, boxing out.
Definitely if you seen Zubac running towards Jokic on that three, bro. Ain't no center down there, bro. Why isn't like
Aaron Gordon knew that. He was like, oh shoot, let me just come up in here, swoop in, and try to do something real quick.
But Aaron Gordon been doing that the whole series. That's what I came up with.
Bro. He been doing that.
He been doing it the whole because I figured out, back then that Gordon is really their center. Like they play a triangle
Bruh.
offense to take it that
I'm
deep. Their
look,
offense
I'm
runs through
telling you,
Joker,
bro.
but
I
they
wouldn't be
Gordon.
I wouldn't have been surprised if Jokic low-key missed that shot on purpose, bro. Because he
Nah, he said he
seen.
didn't. He said he didn't.
Okay, bad. Because honestly,
He
bro,
said he didn't.
like if I would have seen that lineup when I walked on the court, bro, I would have been like, oh yeah, I know what I'm about to do. Come
Yeah,
on,
but
bro.
Kawhi and Zoo was up at top, so they forced. That was good defense. The forced Joker to take a back. Joker took it. They forced him to do that. The problem was the ball came with it was just big ass Gordon and little ass harder than Powell. So that shit was easy. But Gordon been doing
Easy.
that. It could have
They
been a
was just
pass.
watching too. They
I'm
wasn't
pretty
even
sure
paying attention. They
Gordon
was
was
just
licking
watching.
his chops right there when he seen
Yeah,
that
that
ball
could
in
have
the
been a
air.
pass. That could have
They
been an
backs
alley
was
oop.
turned to him. They was watching
That's
the
why I said
ball.
it looked like an alley oop, honestly.
Yeah, that could have been an alley oop on the low. That could have been an alley oop on the
No,
low.
it wasn't because they joked with Joker that like, hey, that was a pass. He was like, no, that was not a pass.
Yeah, he could have been lying.
No, he
Joker
said
was real life
Jokic
like.
could have lied though and
Yeah,
possibly
he could
said
have
it
been
could have been a
lying
hoop.
because if he would have
The way
told the
Jokic was
truth,
looking,
think about
Jokic
it.
was
He would.
laughing. He was like, no, I shot that ball. He said, I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Yeah, but what if I'm just saying? What if that actually was a pass, but he throwing everybody off? Like he can exploit that whenever he want. So if we say, yeah, that was a pass, then that's gonna say, yo, that's their weakness. Just throw it to Gordon. So I'm
Especially
saying.
if you see Harden and Norm Powell down there. Come on, bro.
Yeah, especially when you see Norman, man. I don't know. It could go either way, but I don't think he's gonna come out and say, "Yeah, I meant to do it," because then that would alert us to what us fans could see, and our coach clearly can't see. Gordon
Nah,
is
that
a
was an accident. He got
mismatch.
bailed out. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it could have go. It could. Right, I agree with
That's
you.
what
It could have went
That's
either
what his
way.
reaction was too. They asked him. They was
Yeah.
like, "Joker, was that a pass?" He was like, "No, that was not a pass." Aaron Gordon was joking with him. He's like, "That was just a good pass." He's like, "No, that was not a pass. I was shooting that."
No, like, look, because I understand because you know what I'm saying, Bo. He could have easily lied, but at least he told the truth and said, no, it was a forced shot. But he
Yeah.
could have easily lied and been like, oh, I was passing that low key, like,
Nah.
Because you could have been talking too much and would have gave away that they know our weakness. You know what I mean? He could
He
have
couldn't. He
like
couldn't even
nah.
pull that off as a lie. I ain't even gonna lie to
But
you.
either
He
way,
couldn't
it
even
was
pull
a
that off as a
dumbass
lie.
decision by Ty Lue to
Yeah,
have them out there, bro.
either way, it was a bad decision by Ty to lead them on the court. Either way, especially
Because
we
I'm
came out of
like,
a timeout.
You
We
just
came
asking for
out of
something
a
like that to
timeout.
happen.
I would have had all my defenders out there, bro. There's no way.
Me too.
Harden wouldn't even been on the court, bro.
No,
Harden wouldn't even have been on the court
Harden, Powell, nor Bogey would have been on the court. We
at
need to
all,
stop
bro.
them to go to
It would have
overtime.
been Chris Dunn,
EJ, Batum, Ben,
Denzel
any of them, bro.
Jr., Kawhi, Batum, Zubac.
Any of them, bro. Like any of them would have been out there, bro.
All our best defenders would have been in. We wouldn't have to
Facts.
worry about nothing.
Right, we just gotta
Because at
hold. We
that
just
point, it's
gotta
already
hold them.
overtime. You already know you're going to overtime.
Yeah, it would have. Right, it would. Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
No, that's all I want to say. At that point, you already know you're about to go to overtime. So
He easily switched that lineup back to the offensive lineup.
he do the opposite.
Especially when we came out of a
do something that
timeout.
you
It
wouldn't
was a timeout. He had time to think. He was a timeout. Plenty of time.
I think BJ said it best. He said, somebody asked him, he's like, what they do in the timeout? He said nothing.
That was me. That was me. He said nothing.
That's him. He said nothing.
I said, yeah.
So what is Ty Lue? He just sitting there looking at everybody? Just
I don't know what he uses timeouts for, dog. I really don't. It's not. It's starting to add up, man. He don't do nothing with timeouts.
BJ, what is he drawing on his clipboard?
Nothing. They showed him on the screen already. I pointed that out the time when Brian Shaw had the clipboard, and Ty Lue took the clipboard from Brian Shaw, and Ty Lue started scribbling, but it was nothing wrong. Like they literally showed that on the screen already. I caught that out like a couple of shows ago. I'm like, yeah, y'all see, huh?
They bet you they playing Hangman on the clipboard.
Yeah, no, they literally showed him. Ty Lue literally came out on the court to the clipboard from Brian Shaw. Then he was like, writing, right? But I'm like, damn, ain't nothing coming out. Like he was literally just not writing nothing. Literally, it's like it was a show. to show
He could at
people like
least told
Ray.
he could at least told Kawhi to be on Aaron Gordon, dog. Something would have been better than that.
Absolutely.
Any
I
kind of
would
matchup would
not.
have been better than what we had.
I wouldn't have kept Kawhi on Gordon for one reason, because
That would have
we
stopped the
risk
back
it.
door at least.
We that would have been Kawhi was playing up top, maybe either way, but that was a job for Nicholas Batum, who been doing a good job on Gordon the whole series.
I'm just
Because
saying,
if
since he
Kawhi
didn't put nobody else in, he could at least made
he
an
didn't put
adjustment.
nobody else in, or Ben, or anybody big. But I don't really like that. Even that Kawhi is the one who got to check Gordon, because Gordon is a bigger physical player. Kawhi can match his own. It's like you dealing with somebody who big, muscular, whatever, taller, but yeah, you smaller, but you stronger than a. It's gonna literally wear down your body mass. It's like somebody 6 foot, 240 pounds, strong, cocky like a mug, but they're going against a 6'5", 6'5", or 6'8" person who's just as big as you. So even though that 6 foot something person is stronger, right? But that's constant wear. And with Kawhi, with everything hanging in the balance on Kawhi knees, I would have had Ben in there to check Gordon. Now, since Ty not going to use Ben on Joker, put Ben, because Ben is a 3-time all-time defender, and he's bigger. He could match that much. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
got
he
to
can match
think
that strength.
He got
Yeah.
some strength.
put size with
Kawhi got
size.
strength, but we should have did anything better than what we did on that last possession, dog. That's like the worst case scenario what we did, and then we got the worst result.
Yeah, because you asking them, like I said, going down to, if everything is boiled down to Kawhi's knees, we got other players. It's not like he's the only. Like Dunn couldn't check Gordon, so he can't
No.
really use him. DJJ can't really stop Gordon. He's not big enough. Okay,
Yeah.
I look to my bench. I got Ben Simmons sitting right there. Ben Simmons, a
Simmons is
3-time
probably the best
defensive
matchup for
player.
Gordon.
Bring Ben in.
even
I would have said Nicholas Batum.
even like Kawhi is good, but
Nicholas,
even
like you said.
Kawhi is getting
Or
backed
Nicholas,
down by
like you
Gordon,
said.
bro. Like
Or Nicholas, like he said, Nicholas is
or Nick,
least not
which
as
is the
big,
best, which is
but
the
Nicholas
best
is
option
just
for his
tall.
coach. I've been saying that for the longest. Like he's the best option because he's long, like, and he's longer than Aaron Gordon. Like it's a wingspan.
Nicholas been doing a good job on Gordon ever since they switched Nicholas to Gordon. He's been doing a good job. So why would you take him out the game unless you're trying to lose?
Yep. Yeah. See, this is why we question those things and say that, like, but man, at the end of the day, man, let's go Clippers, man. Let's go get this next 2 games, man. Stop. Let's get it over with, man. Because if we don't win this, we don't win these. If we don't win these next 2 games, man, everybody gone. I want everybody gone.
Ain't no Kawhi from me. You want to see a monster game from the best player, you about to see it. Ain't no Kawhi. It's a little bit of straight.
All right, JM, I'm gonna hold you to it, B. I'm believing in Kawhi. Let's go.
We ain't got no choice.
I mean, we done seen him do it. He got to pull out that Toronto mentality.
He can do it, but like I said, he just need help, bro. He can't do it by himself.
Well, it's like the Raptors. I always said it's the Raptors. I said it's the Raptors 2.0. He could do it. He did it against the Mavs. He did it against the
He gonna
Jazz.
start off hot next game. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can feel it.
I mean, I can feel the Clippers better start off hot next game, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And best believe Kawhi here and all. Like I said, when they come on ESPN, they gonna say Kawhi. Like nobody else get the blame. And I'm sure he tired of that. So okay,
you already know they ain't gonna say Harden's name. We'll say Harden's name, but we know they ain't gonna say Harden's name. But anyways, man. All right, BJ. I'm gonna see you, brother. You have a good day, and JM, Bolt, man. Let's keep it going, man. Let's go Clippers.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it too. My battery going dead. Definitely Bolt and BJ. Definitely go Clippers.
All right, y'all. Finna be out too. I'm on the road.
Peace, BJ.